what's going on? It's Friday night. It's our favorite show of the week.
Yep.
Already drinking. We got this right here. I already drank like about that much of it over the last hour. Vodka and pineapple Fanta.
Yeah.
Surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, it's good. I had it on sale at the dollar store. I've had it before in orange Fanta. In Brazil, that was a fucking drink. In Sao Paulo, that was something you could buy at any fucking club.
Like they knew what it was. Like it had a name.
Yeah, it's called a hi-fi.
Okay.
Any fucking street liquor vendor, because they'll sell alcohol on the streets out of little carts and shit.
They don't give a fuck.
Nope. And it's going to be some kind of vodka or some kind of cachaça, which is also known as pinga. It's like sugar. It's like fucking. It's kind of like Everclear, and orange Fanta, because that's what they had. And it was, easier to get orange Fanta than orange juice concentrate. You couldn't transport that, around in a cart. And that was a traditional Brazilian drink called a hi-fi, like a hi-fi stereo.
Yeah. Not
yeah, I grew up drinking them. They're good.
Well, yeah, how could that be bad?
Yeah, it's like a fucking, it's like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
But it's soda.
It's a soda screwdriver.
Yeah, and I got Orange Crush in there, so I could drink a hi-fi if I want to. But I found that the pineapple's better.
That is actually really good. I like that pineapple thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very pineapple forward.
Yeah. They had the pineapple in Brazil
Which I'm into.
They had pineapple in Brazil back in the 70s. It's just that it was less common. What was more common was orange Fanta, and orange and grape Fanta. Those were real common. Fanta was super, super common in Brazil and Argentina because Germans. After the war, Germans went there. They opened up soda factories. Orange Fanta was the national drink of Mustache Man and the fucking Germans of the Bent Cross, man. They didn't have any of that brown, nasty capitalist bullshit. It was that orange, bright, natural flavored, artificial orange. That's what the Nazis drank. It's fucking funny when you think about it. That's just natural. It wasn't natural. It's just because you could make it out of nothing. Orange Fanta was made out of nothing. I think Coca-Cola was harder to make.
American Military says, ever see the exploitation German Giallo film, The New House on the Left, a.k.a. Last Stop on the Night Train, a.k.a. The Night Train Murders? I've heard of it under the Night Train Murders title, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I will write that down, though, because I love me a good Giallo film. And I feel like I don't know if I've seen any German ones. I've seen some Spanish ones, for sure. And obviously Italy, but yeah, I'm gonna write that down and see about that. It's been a while since I reviewed a Giallo movie, actually. Maybe I should fucking do that.
Zach said Germans of the Bent Cross make a hell of a band name. It would, man. It would. Nazis, that's overused. They'll call anybody a Nazi. But if you fucking say Germans of the Bent Cross, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Probably not real smart to call yourself.
What's that? That's the originals.
No. Let me see. Oh, Zach said, they're talking about the temperature. Zach said it got up to 60 today, and David Brown said it was 56 in Ohio. Today in Florida, suck it, it was 81. But it was real dreary, and it kind of sprinkled rain all day. Because I think Tom wanted to go hang out at the biker bar.
Yeah, but it got nasty.
With all his biker bros.
Yeah, but no, they wouldn't be there.
And all the big titty ladies.
There's only one.
One big titty lady.
They wouldn't be there.
It was raining.
Yeah, they wouldn't be there. It was raining.
Weirdly. Which, actually, since it's raining, that might mean that it's a cold front. That's usually what that means at this time of year. Zach says, Jenny, have you ever read any stories from the SCP Foundation? I haven't. I probably should get around to that. They seem totally up your alley and super in your wheelhouse. Yeah, I know. I just haven't got around to it. Man, I still got 2 novels that the authors sent to me that are coming out soon that I probably have to review. I haven't started reading them yet, but I'll get around to it. I've reviewed some of their stuff before. That's why they send me their new ones every single time. Let me see. David Brown said, ever have a zombie, Tom, like the drink?
Yeah.
as a rum lover, it's second to Rum Runner as my favorite.
Yeah, I've had everything.
What exactly
I
is
just don't
in...
remember what's in a zombie.
Yeah, I don't remember what's in a zombie. I think I've
everything.
had one, but I don't... I think I had one at some event I was at. But I don't remember what the hell's in it. I don't have... You know, I really like rum. And I never think to get it.
I had one like back in the late 80s, early 90s. A long time ago. That's a 60s drink.
Yeah, but I mean...
You never see it offered.
Yeah,
anymore.
I feel like Rum Runner is kind of like an old school...
Yeah, I forgot what was in both of those.
I did too. CB says we should do a show about Robert Black, the UK child serial killer. Did we not do a show about that guy? That's really familiar. I'd have to go back and look. We might have already done a show about him. I got like a message from one of you guys that sent me a link to Herb Baumeister, and I was like, yeah, we did a show about that guy like 7 years ago, I think it was. We talked about all the murders that he did, and the haunting too, because there was a couple shows about Fox Hollow Farm and how haunted it was and shit. But I think they've found out more shit since then. So it's kind of an old show. And honestly, 7 years ago, I don't even think we were doing the live stream at that point. I think it was still like a slideshow. That's how long ago it was. So we might have like done an update on that guy at some point. Oh yeah, Gramther says Gramther will be in the Villages in 2 weeks. That's right. I remember you saying that you're going to be in the Villages. We'll report back on if it's actually STD and Viagra. Don't get an STD while you're there. Just saying. See if there's like some naked old people frolicking in the fountain.
Yeah,
getting drunk and everything.
Yeah, you go to those fucking restaurants and clubs down there on the right, and there's going to be some girls out there escorting probably. If you see some of these chicks that are like 30 and they're with like a 70-year-old dude, you know what's up.
Well, yeah. That wouldn't normally
I think
happen.
they keep that on the down low nowadays, probably.
Oh, David Run said that was me. Yeah, I thought that was you, like, asking about... Yeah, we did a show about Herb Baumeister, like, a long time ago. But,
He says what's in a zombie, but I don't know. I only know a couple of those ingredients. I know what absinthe, I know what grenadine is. I don't know what the other stuff is.
Oh, see, I probably wouldn't like that, then. Because I'm not a big... As much as I love the aesthetic around absinthe, I really don't like the drink all that much. I'm not real into that licorice-y
even though
flavor.
absinthe didn't have that flavor.
Yeah, we know. It's just that's what it tastes like now, though, so
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
They made it taste that way. That's not what it tastes
I'm
like.
not really into it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like...
Yeah, I've probably had it. I've had everything pretty much over the years. I associate it with something that I liked, but I can't remember what it tasted like. That was a long, long time ago.
You probably like it. I think we got a bottle of absinthe once for...
There was another
my
one that was called a
birthday,
buttered
or-
rum.
What?
That was when they called a buttered rum. That was another one that was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I remember the butter rum lifesavers.
Yeah, but there was a drink
which are the
called-
best lifesavers.
Yeah,
Do they still make those?
I'm not sure they even make our life savers. You can
Yeah, they
probably
do.
order 'em.
They still got lifesavers, but I didn't know they used to have. It was just like a, because you know how the lifesavers, the standard one is just like the 5 flavors or whatever the fuck it is, but they used to do whole rolls of just the butter rum.
Yeah,
Like they did the whole rolls of like peppermint. I don't know if they do that anymore because the butter rum ones were fucking
when
delicious.
it comes to mixed drinks that you'd get at a bar, very rarely do I come across something that I wouldn't drink again. I like them all, unless it's something fucking weird like some British shit that has a bunch of bitters in it. I don't like anything bitters, and they were putting bitters in drinks. No thanks.
Yeah. Peter Bohr says rum runners at the Keys was a thing back in the day. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of just a very tropical drink. Yeah, Grounder said my family and I are flying Detroit to Lakeland. $38 tickets. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Lakeland has an airport?
There's little airports everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what, actually, pro tip. I don't know what it's like nowadays, but if you're flying from Europe to Central Florida, look into flying into the Sanford Airport rather than Orlando International.
Yeah.
Because it's usually much cheaper. The Sanford Airport is much smaller, much easier to deal with. The Orlando
It's less crowded.
Airport, it's not as bad as Atlanta, Atlanta is a fucking shit show. But it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I hate driving there. I hate driving around it. It's a pain in the ass.
Orlando's a shit show.
Yeah.
Too.
Like I said, Atlanta's way worse. Because it's much larger. But,
Orlando's nowhere near as bad as LAX.
yeah, I've never been to LAX.
Super shit show.
Now, the Denver one is bad, too. Because that's a massive, massive airport.
Yeah.
But,
Miami International, what's that one? JFK?
No, JFK's in New York.
Okay, what's the one in Miami?
I think it's just called
Miami International.
I think.
That one, I've been through that one. It's a shit show.
Yeah, any big one is a shit show. So, but it's always better if you're coming in, because a long time ago, like when I was married to a Brit and his family, some of his family flew here to go to Disney and stuff, and they flew to Sanford and it was super cheap. It's a little bit farther, but to be honest, if you're gonna fly to Orlando, like Disney is not in Orlando, it's a ways away. So it's like it's a distance anyway, and if you're staying on the property and shit, they have stuff that'll take you there. So
yeah. When my dad was getting his bypass, I flew out of Sanford and came back through Sanford, and flights were cheap.
Yeah.
And I was on a little small airlines I had never even heard of before.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was a little jet.
Yeah. It's just a little nice
Yep.
airport. It's like super easy to park. It's super easy.
The stewardesses were handing out free drinks, and they were cute, and they were friendly to everybody. It wasn't like the bigger airlines
Where everyone's just like,
they're bitches and
kill me
fuck
now.
you, get it, yeah. No. They
Well,
were just,
I mean, considering the people they have to deal with every day, I can't really say.
Yeah, it was like it was like a little private charter jet, and it was like a smaller jet, like a DC-9 type or whatever. What was that little DC-10? That's the little jet with the two jet engines in the back. It was like that. I
mean, even Daytona had a okay airport. The only problem with Daytona is that there were very few. I don't know about now because I haven't lived there in a long time, but you used to not be able to fly anywhere like directly. The nice thing about Orlando was that there's a lot of flights direct. Like you could fly to London direct. Like you didn't have to, transfer. Daytona, you almost always had to change at either Atlanta or JFK in New York. Which,
Actually, the sodas were free. I had to pay for the drink. Now I'm thinking about it. Alcoholic drink, you had to pay for it.
I was like, it's
very
rare they give you free alcohol.
No, they gave free Coke.
Because everybody will just be like hanging off the walls like monkeys.
Yeah, they came to would you like any alcoholic drinks? And I said, you got a mojito? They go, no, we don't have those. Wish we did.
They're like, that sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Peterborough says, I'm at Miami International right now.
Oh, yeah?
Can be a shit show.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever been to... I've been to Miami, but I don't think I've ever been to the airport.
That's huge. I've been through there.
Yeah, like I said, I've been to the Atlanta airport, which is also fucking massive. I've been to the Denver airport, which is massive.
When you go into Brazil...
I've been to JFK. I've been to Gatwick in London. I've been to Heathrow in London.
When you're going to and from Brazil, from the United States, you got to go through Miami International. It's a fucking shit show.
Yeah. Any kind of big airport is going to be a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just saying that if you're flying to Orlando, it might not work out better. It doesn't always. But look into flying into Sanford. See if you can get that. Sometimes it's cheaper and it's a lot less hassle. It's just farther. But not that much farther. Like I said, when we live in Eustis, and Disney World is 50 minutes. A 50-minute drive. And from downtown Orlando, considering the traffic, it probably takes almost as long to get there, I feel like. Because like I said, it's not right in Orlando. It's outside. So it's quite a distance. It's kind of off on its own. So, I'm just saying.
We got a John Cougar Mellencamp out. You got to be fucking John Cougar Mellencamp.
Listen to a little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Yeah, next you're
sucking on a chili dog.
Next you're gonna get
outside the Tasty Freeze.
What was the name of that band? Was that the name of that band called Oxo? No, the one fucking fuck about the dude going through the ride looking at the girls. Fucking why would I lie? It's just one in a
the Tubes. The Tubes.
The Tubes. Yeah, what's the name of that song?
She's a Beauty.
She's a Beauty. Yeah.
That is Pookie's theme song because I think I sing She's a Pookie.
She's a Pookie. Yeah.
She's a one in a million cat.
That was the Tubes. That's right. I don't know why.
I sing to her that song all the time.
I don't know why I thought it was Oxo.
So, no, it's the Tubes.
Yeah, Zach, you need to go get the Tubes album.
I really only know a couple of their songs.
Yeah.
Like that one.
Tubes.
And whatever that other one was that was on MTV all the time back in the day, which I can't remember the name of right now. Well, like I said,
that Asia album with the fucking dragon on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they have Final Countdown on that?
That's Europe.
That's Europe. That's right.
That's not Asia. That's a different continent altogether.
What was on that Asia album that had all kinds of fucking singles on it?
Did it have Heat of the Moment?
I think Heat of the Moment.
Wait,
yeah.
Is that Asia?
I think it was it had the fucking dragon coming out of the water. Like that shit was cheap. Yeah, Heat of the Moment. I think so. I think that was what that shit was everywhere too. That'd be some shit that Zach would like.
Man, I don't mind that song now. I hated it back in the day, but it's like, but it was on all the time. So that's why. Like now, if it came on, I'd probably be like, but like I'd be like, that's all right.
Fucking those radio stations of that time, man. Fuck.
I feel like wasn't Heat of the Moment was the one that had the video with like all the TV screens, or I don't even know if it was TV screens, but it was just like little square, like different images that would kind of flip.
Yeah, and a girl fucking diving off a diving board, wasn't she? Coming up out of the water and shit in that too.
Yeah. Although for some reason
she was just diving.
That just that's right.
Over and over again. Going
for some reason, you saying that reminded me of that Bryan Adams video. I think it was Cuts Like a Knife.
Yeah.
Where that woman dives into the empty swimming pool and then comes out and she's all wet.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of remember that one. I remember
but I think there was also a woman diving in that Asia video.
It's like her slow motion diving in the water over and over again.
Yeah, if I'm
It's all like fucking looks like a Patrick Nagel or something.
Peter Bohr said yes, it was TV screens. Okay, so I'm remembering that correctly.
What was it?
He said yes, it was TV screens.
Okay.
I just remember that like flipping images or like a bunch of TV screens or something.
Yeah. MTV shit.
Cool, because like I said,
80s as fuck.
I mean, I was 9 when MTV started, and as soon as it started, we had it because my dad worked for the cable company, so we got it for free. And as soon as I twigged onto that, I was just like, that it was on all the time.
Yeah, so I must have been about 11 or 12 if she was 9 when that was on.
It was 81. It was August 81 when it started. So we had it on all the time. So
I was about 12.
So, and those are formative years, right? So like all of the songs and videos that came out at that time, they didn't have that many, so they would keep repeating the same ones. And so they really got burned into your brain. So I still fucking remember lyrics from songs that I haven't even heard since then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And still remember videos from then.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, what's funny is like how sexually charged everything was back then. They were doing things that you couldn't really get away with today. In certain ways. It would be like tacky. Like downtown New York with all the fucking swinger clubs and the fucking hookers openly out down, fucking, downtown. You couldn't get away with that. It was just, you could tell that people were fucking whores back then. Fucking, it's just funny, man. And, we go camping and go to fucking Sequoia Redwood Forest, and you'd go down to the fucking lake. And it would just be a damn nudist colony. Nobody'd have any clothes on half the time. And it was kids and adults. And park rangers. And it was like hippie flower power shit was still around. It was just weird. It was just a different time. Weird.
The 80s, it's funny because it was a fun decade, but it was also like really, really trashy.
Trashy and
like
dangerous.
I always that too. But like I always kind of feel like the 80s as a decade smelled like cigarettes, Aquanet, and like juicy fruit. You know what I mean? Those are like the strongest. Although I will say it's not so much Aquanet that reminds me of the 80s as Aussie.
Yeah.
Aussie hairspray.
Yeah.
Like if I smell that, like the original Aussie, like it takes me right back to high school.
Yeah.
Because I knew a girl named Kathy, I think her name was. She was in my physics class. She was cool. And she had, like ridiculous 80s hair, right? Mine was a little bit ridiculous, but not that ridiculous. Hers was like legit ridiculous. It was blonde, but straight. But it was all straight in the back. It looked completely normal. But the front, she had like kind of long bangs, and she put them like straight up. Like straight up in this little thing like that. And she had like bottles of Aquanet in her locker.
Yeah.
So like between every class, you'd be like, shh,
Yeah.
so it would stay, and it was like literally like
Zach's
this.
asking what 80s smelled like. 80s smelled either like Aussie Mousse or Aussie Hairspray or Aquanet. And
every time I smell Aussie, it's just very.
And fucking what was that? What was that underarm deodorant? The Chic Spice underarm deodorant.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Dudes wore that because it was cheap. I think it was Chic, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah.
Chic underarm deodorant. I remember it was white. It wasn't roll on. It was like a bar. You know what I mean? Fucking. It was white with a brown cap on it.
Yeah.
Remember that? And it was like and it was real slick. It wasn't. It was a white plastic, and you turn a dial on the bottom, and it was an oval shaped thing, and it would this waxy underarm deodorant would come up out of there, and it was like blue and clear.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, but the spice was brown. Menon, I think it might have been Menon.
Menon made that.
Yeah, and the spice one, which was one of the most popular ones, was actually brown and clear. Looked like clear, kind of like clear,
like ambergris or something.
It looked like amber.
Yeah,
coming out of a tree or something. And dudes had fucking underarm hair, and that shit would get hung up in your underarm hair, and you'd be smelling like that shit for days. Well, you washed it out, but fucking.
I would hope so.
Yeah, but it just hair products and fucking deodorant.
And what was that one?
Chauvin Musk for men.
That's what I was gonna say. What was that
men.
cologne that everybody wore back?
Chauvin Musk for men was fucking real popular. Because that was some other cheap shit you could get.
What about like Paco Rabanne? I feel like that was maybe later, slightly later. Like maybe that was late 80s.
For me, 90s always smelled like fucking white musk, which a lot of the fucking 90s girls wore white musk. It was a.
I remember the 90s smelling like Drakkar Noir.
Drakkar and fucking white musk. And fucking they used to get that from the early versions of the Body Shop. Back when the Body Shop actually had colognes and shit that would actually kind of smelled good. They were kind of higher end. Now you go in there and it's like dollar store shit. But I think fucking seemed like 1/3 of the girls, if they liked fucking grunge music or something, fucking... The early first part of the 90s smelled like white musk.
Yeah, that was very common.
Real common, yeah. And if they were goth girls, they smelled like fucking patchouli.
Patchouli.
Yeah.
Or dragon's blood.
Or frankincense and myrrh, which kind of smells like patchouli anyway.
I still like patchouli smell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Although it was a sign that bitch maybe didn't do her laundry too. Some of them chicks didn't fucking bathe.
Big Dog says CK1. Every stripper had it. Yeah,
CK1.
That was Calvin Klein. And men had Polo. Yeah, that was Polo. Also really common.
Forgot about Polo. 90s is actually when I picked up fucking wearing that damn shit. I still wear it today. It's probably frozen in time, but Jen likes it, so I keep and that's fucking obsession
for men.
Yeah.
I like that smell on you. That was, I think, because that's the smell that I associate with you. Like when I met you.
That's what I wear, obsession.
Because all your clothes smelled like that, and it was just like a really good smell that.
That's just still expensive.
It is.
It's not cheap. It's cheaper. But I don't know. That's probably an old man scent now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know that perfumes and colognes, like everything else, like go through eras and people think things are dated and stuff. But
some of that shit smells.
Go
ahead.
I'm not. I forgot what I was gonna say. What?
Toby wears Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
I can smell that. I used to wear that shit too.
It smells really good.
Yeah, I love Fahrenheit. Yeah, and there was another one I used to like called Gravity, although it wasn't quite as nice as Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit smelled good.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I never really, because growing up I didn't really have any money, so I couldn't like get any good shit. So I usually would just get those I would either have like little dragon's blood, like oil, like from the witchcraft store, or I would get just those little sprays that were like $1 or something. Like that was, cherry blossom or whatever the fuck. However, I did find my grandma had like all of these little perfume samplers, and she had one. I was digging through. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna use those. You can use them if you want to." She just got them for free or whatever. So I was like going through them, and there was one in there, and I don't know who makes it. I think they still make it, but it was just called Design, and it just comes in this bottle that's sort of shaped like that, and then it has like this kind of burgundy top on it, and it just has a real simple logo, just like a serif font or whatever. And I really, really like the smell of that. So a lot of times, like, if you went to Ross or Marshall's, they would have it, because I think normally it was, you know, $60, but if you went to Ross or Marshall's, sometimes they would have it on clearance, like for $20. So I would get it then and kind of use it. But that was really the only thing that I had that was like a signature scent that I really liked. But like I said, I mean, I think we've said before, like, until recently, Tom was like, you need some good perfume. Like, you need a good, like, a scent that smells, because I associate obsession with him, because he wears that all the time. And like I said, all his clothes smelled like that and everything like that. And I really like that smell. So he's like, you don't really smell like anything in particular, because you don't have, you know, any particular perfume that you wear all the time or anything. So we went out to, what was that department store?
Belk.
I think it's Belk.
It's Belk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And we're like, we're gonna find you one.
Yeah.
So we went in there and just started smelling all, because I didn't know. I didn't know it was out there.
Yeah.
I knew there was a couple in there that I was like, yeah, I remember this smelling good. So we went and smelled a bunch of them. And it was kind of funny because he went and found one. He's picked one up and sprayed it, and he's like, oh.
I'm good at that shit.
He's like, I think this is it. And I went and smelled it. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, Jimmy Choo.
Jimmy Choo. Yeah. I want Choo.
Yeah, Jimmy Choo.
Comes in like a red glittery box. Like I said, not cheap. No. But
$100-something.
It was $120. Yeah. But like, you bought it for me a long time ago, and I still have probably like a third of the bottle left.
It's
at
good
least.
Shit.
Kind of has a vanilla kind of a scent with a bunch of spicy notes in it. I think slightly like orange.
It's hard to. I think the reason I liked it was because it wasn't really identifiable as one. Because I tend not to like real sweet or flowery. Yeah. Other than I like orange blossom or cherry blossom. I like that smell. Or jasmine. But I tend to like perfumes that aren't real. And I like rose also. Because that's kind of subtle. I tend to like musky scents more than flowery. And this one I thought was good because it seemed like really balanced, and it didn't have it wasn't like one smell that was like really forward. It was one that it was a good smell, but you couldn't like identify the components of it. Like, I had no idea. I was like, I have no idea what the fuck is in this. Like, we had to look it up.
It was vanilla musk.
Yeah.
It's vanilla musk.
But it doesn't smell real vanilla-y. No. Although I like vanilla.
It's vanilla musk and orange. Orange peel. And then say orange blossom or some shit like that. Orange, it was orange.
But like I said, there's nothing.
There's like spice in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spicy. It's not like overtly flowery. Yeah. It's not overtly musky.
It's definitely feminine though. It's a female smell.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I said, I liked it because it wasn't super identifiable as one thing.
I hate flowery.
Yeah, I'm not real big. Like I said, other than orange blossom, which I like, and rose, I don't like those because that reminds me of like old ladies.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It reminds me of old lady smell.
And if it's too sweet, that's like something like some little girl would put on.
Yeah, if something's like kind of sugar or cookie. I mean, that's a nice smell, but it's like, that I associate that with like little kids.
Little kids and teenagers and shit.
Like, that's what you buy like your little niece or something like that for Christmas.
She's 12 and shit.
Yeah, like she's 12. You buy her like little cookie flavors.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So, you know. The Tasteful Thickness says, I'm a flower boy. Yeah, nothing... I'm just saying I like some floral scents, but like those real overwhelming. I guess violet's okay as long as it's not like super overpowering.
But for men, what I'd recommend is if it's not fucking Obsession, Fahrenheit, and then the third place Gravity. Pretty good. There's other good ones out there. There's probably newer ones. But man, men's fragrance, and people call it perfume. It's not. Men don't wear perfume. Goddamn, we wear fragrance.
It's scent. All fragrance. Scent. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. You want it's you. The men's stuff doesn't change that often.
Because dudes aren't out going like, what about?
Yeah, what's going on for this year?
Yeah, they don't want to change things like because a lot of times women. I don't really do this because I'm kind of low maintenance, but a lot of women will wear different scents in different seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is my summer fragrance. It's kind of lighter and sunnier and beachier. Yeah. Whereas in winter they'll have something kind of spicier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One of the ones that was fucking really good, fucking Zach would have liked this. It was really good. I almost bought it, but it was too new and it was too gimmicky. 007. Yeah, and it was a James Bond. That was fucking from maybe 6 years ago, and it smelled fantastic.
It really did smell good.
But I was like, chances are that shit's not going to be around in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they might just done that.
That'd be. It was like a thing, and I was like, you don't want to get hooked on that shit, and then it disappears,
and then you can't find it anymore.
Yeah, so I stick with traditional shit. There used to be, some of the old dudes used to wear some crazy shit. I don't know if it's still around. One of them that was real popular with my dad's generation was karate. Remember that shit?
Oh, high karate, yeah.
High karate, yeah.
I remember that. That was 70s.
Yeah, 70s shit.
I feel like that was some
Came in a damn
shit.
black bottle.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bunch of red Japanese writing on it.
Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah, high
dude in a gi and shit.
H-A-I.
Yeah. It actually
High
smelled
karate.
pretty good, but it kind of had a dry.
Yeah, I don't remember what that smelled like.
Kind of dry, peppery, black peppery smell. Kind of fucking weird. It was okay. It smelled like aftershave to me, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of them do.
Yeah.
They didn't want it. They wanted to be like manly.
Yeah.
Can't smell like perfume. You know what I mean? Oh my god.
Karate, high karate.
David Brown says my girlfriend used Secret deodorant. Wonder if that's still around. It is
around.
because I still buy it.
Yeah.
I like the baby powder.
Yeah.
Or the unscented.
Secret's been around 100 years, I think.
I think I have Secret. Is it
Yeah.
Secret or Suave?
No.
I'd have to go look.
That's like almost generic. That's
yeah, it's like I said, I get them like they come to me like every 6 weeks, like on a subscription. You know what I mean? Like, and I usually get the baby powder. Mandy says I cannot stand any scent that started with the word white. Man, I remember cucumber melon in the 90s. Oh yeah, that was real big. I think I actually had some. It wasn't really perfume. It was just kind of that cheap, like thing you'd get at like fucking Woolworths or whatever. Like it was just like $1, but it was just like cucumber melon smell with like water. It's like it didn't last that long, you know. American Military said the best smelling cologne is Preferred Stock.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Is it like leathery? That seems like it would be like
good.
leathery or horsey smelling.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Grampler says, question, where is the heavy cologne smell the strongest? Abyss or mannequins? Probably mannequins, although I don't know. I don't get too much cologne-y kind of shit. Most people don't really bathe in cologne anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Every now and then, like if you're out and about, like some old person will be there and there'll be like just a cloud of smell like following them, but
Zach sending a whole bunch of pictures.
He says I wonder if Mint
Zach and his new album collection. Let's see. Like your glasses, Zach.
Janis Joplin.
Look at this one. There's this John Cougar Mellencamp. I remember that fucking
Fool,
album.
I remember
that fucking album.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah.
Does that one have pink houses on it? He had a huge amount of hits off that album.
They made him put Cougar in there. He didn't want to be that. That's not his name.
Well, no, he started out as just John Cougar.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw him on MTV, like in the early '80s, he was just John Cougar.
Yeah, and that wasn't his name.
No, that's not.
The fake name.
Then after a while, he's like, "That's dumb."
He went back to John Mellencamp. That's his name.
He's like, "That's my actual name." But for a while, they were like, "No, you have to be John Cougar Mellencamp because everyone will forget who you were. Like they'll think you're a different motherfucker."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember when Jack and Diane first came out in '81 or '82 or whatever that was. He was just John Cougar.
I'll tell you something about John Cougar. Yeah, that music was not bad. It was pretty good. It was American folk rock.
Yeah.
And it hit like top 40. So for top 40 music, pretty good, especially compared to the fucking shit they put out today. Fucking new shit that's fucking. I'm not sure even if they keep track of top 40s and crap like that. Probably not. But all the new music today that comes out that kids listen to from that age group, it's like it's not really music. It's more like just an earworm, and it's like I think it's AI generated. It's just crap. All the good shit is just independent creators on YouTube. They have albums.
That's what I mean. It's just, but the thing about it is that, like I said, and I said this before, like even back in the '80s, a lot of music that was like really popular was okay. You know what I mean? Like all the best shit was kind of underground shit. I feel like. I mean, some pop music is good.
Yeah, John Mellencamp was he's from Indiana. He was just a regular dude, and he got famous pretty quickly. He didn't really like it, from what I remember. They were trying to get him to do shit he didn't really want to do, and I think he did shit his own way. And I remember seeing an interview with him, and he said that once he had built his own fan base and he was kind of like out of the mainstream public eye, that's when he liked it. He liked that better. He didn't really like being that famous. Too many vultures.
Yeah, I mean, that would really fuck with you. I don't think I would like that. I'm not saying I would love being rich, but I wouldn't really want to be super famous because it fucks with your head. Like, everybody wants a piece of you. Everybody's trying to get you to do this, that, and the
other thing. They want you to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah, you can't really do what you want anymore because there's too many other people invested in your shit. So it's just not any fun. And you can't go any place. Everyone recognizes you, and it's like you can't live a normal life.
Yeah. This is a long time ago. I saw that interview, but he said he liked it when his fame kind of died down, where he just had his own fans that came to see his shows.
Yeah, I can see that because that'd be like a lot more chill. Because I would not be good as a famous person. That would just like really suck a lot. Oh yeah, David Brown said "Hurt So Good" was another good, but that's right. That was the other. That was the other song I was trying to think of. I thought of Jack and Diane and Pink Houses, and I was like, there was another one.
"Hurt So Good."
That was a real big hit. Yeah, I think I might.
"Hurt So Good" might be a little bit better.
I think that came out a little bit before Jack and Diane, did it not?
After.
Did it? I can't remember. I think maybe "Hurt So Good" was the first one I heard. Maybe I can't really remember. It was a long time ago. Crampter says, "Who would you rather see, John Mellencamp or Rammstein?"
Who?
Or Rammstein.
Rammstein, of course.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Rammstein are okay.
Rammstein's great. I like Rammstein.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not like a huge super fan or anything like that. But
I think they sound great.
They do, yeah. But I'm just saying I don't own it.
Very driving industrial rock.
I don't have any of their stuff. Zach says there was a copy of Tusk at the record store too. I wanted to get it. It was like $50. God damn it. Fleetwood Mac are a good band, man. Yeah, Oracle says John Mellencamp is doing the music he wants to do for the people who want to hear it. You can't really complain if you're that lucky. Yeah, and I'm sure he made sufficient money because he never struck me as the type of dude that would just blow it all, on hookers and stuff. Like some of the other rock stars of the day did, and then they were broke, and then they had to be on shitty reality shows or get real jobs. So he might have been smart and like invested the shit. So he's just like, man, I'm just gonna coast. I'm just gonna play music and stay out of the public eye. Which that's really the best thing you could do, honestly. American Military said, I remember being stuck on an elevator with a bunch of frat fucks while in undergrad, and the collective power of all their cologne almost killed me. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is with that type of guy and the too much cologne thing. It's like something that I've seen a lot. It's like cologne, perfume, whatever it is. It's like people should really only be able to smell it when they're like really close to you.
You want me to give you another drink?
Yeah, it's empty.
All right.
It's kind of one of those things where like somebody gets up close to tell you something, like in a club or something. It's like, oh, that smells nice or whatever. Which I've done that to. We have a friend that goes to the club, and she told me what it was, but god damn if I can remember what it was. But it was almost like a beachy kind of smell, which I'm not usually into. But there was something about it I really liked. I'm like, man, that's really nice. Like, what is that? And we were talking about that. But you couldn't smell it from like 3 feet away. But some people wear so much of the shit that they're just like, that you can smell it when you come in the room. Now, I will say, our friend Dr. Michael wears patchouli. And you can smell that from pretty far away. But I don't mind because I like that smell. And honestly, it's so funny because you could be a Barbarella or whatever. You're having a drink and all of a sudden you catch a whiff of patchouli and you're like, oh, Dr. Michael must be here. Like, he must be in there. You can't smell him from all the way across the bar. But if he's like making the rounds, because everybody knows him, right? So if he's making like the rounds around the perimeter, then yeah, you'll be able to smell him before he gets to you. But like I said, I really like that smell. So I'm not bothered. But everybody knows that if you smell patchouli, like, Dr. Michael has arrived. Because he usually shows up fashionably late. We're nerds. We get there early, like as soon as they open. Actually, we get there a little bit before they open. I mean, it's open, but technically the night doesn't start till 9:30. Like, the place is open all day. But we usually get there about 9:15, 9:20, because usually the door guy, who's a friend of ours named JR, and he's usually out there by 9:15. So we usually just go in and just hang out at the bar for a little while, talking to people, getting a couple drinks, getting, kind of relaxed or whatever, and then we'll go over to the other side. Because it takes a while. Most people don't show up until 11 at least, I feel like. But I like to get there early. It's easier to find parking, and you can kind of chill out and, get kind of relaxed and a little bit, inebriated. Get up in your little fun mood before everybody gets there. Yeah. Yeah, Oracle says the too much cologne thing is like marking the whole world as your territory. I think that's what it is. I don't know if they can't smell themselves or if they're just trying to be obnoxious, or I don't know. Maybe it's the second thing, because usually it's people that are obnoxious in other ways. So maybe that's just another dimension to their obnoxiousness. They're like, oh, I'm going to be super loud and douchey, and I'm also going to assault your nose as well. Like, I'm going to assault all your senses at one time. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Oracle says, I don't wear many scents because my husband's a super smeller, so he doesn't really tolerate perfume, but I adore scented soaps, and I've been able to find ones that don't annoy his nose. Yeah, I'm not a real, like I said, I don't like real strong smells, They don't bother me that much, but I kind of like more subtle kind of shit. Let's see. Oh, Tigglytoot is here.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have a signature scent? Yeah, we were just talking about that a little bit, like before you got here. Tom's is Obsession for Men. And mine is I Want You by Jimmy Choo, which we found just randomly by accident. You know what I mean?
Obsession is classic.
Yeah, it's just a really nice smell.
Over the years, there's only like 4 or 5 of them that have risen to the top. Obsession's one of them.
I used to like gray flannel. I remember that smelling pretty good. That's probably an old person scent.
So yeah, and some of the men's fragrances over time have kind of become cheap. So you know what I mean? They've changed the recipes, so they're not quite as powerful as they used to be. They don't quite smell exactly the same. You know what I mean? I think they have the fixatives.
Yeah.
So they wear out. Because some of them used to be. Drakkar used to be pretty good, but I've heard that's not as good as it was.
Probably like watered down.
Yeah, and Polo evidently is not quite as good as it was. Because I don't know. But Obsession smells exactly the same as it did when I first smelled it, like in fucking 92. Yeah. I think that's a 90s fragrance.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to...
I've looked for other ones. And man, like I said, the only thing that was recent that I said, man, I'd wear that, was one called 007.
Yeah.
And it was a James Bond fucking fragrance, and I was like, that smells great. But I was like, the chances of that being around 5 years from now.
Yeah, because they probably just did it in tandem with the movies,
Yeah, because the movie
it's like they're not going to keep making it if people don't buy it.
Yeah. So certain things kind of have risen to the top. Fahrenheit, Gravity, Obsession. Those are like the 3 that have always been there. And Gravity is kind of like on the lower end, all of those 3. But I like how it smells. It's just that it doesn't quite have the fixatives. It doesn't seem to last as long. It's a little bit cheaper, but I like how it smells.
That's what makes the perfume expensive. Is it's supposed to last longer. Mm-hmm. I mean, because technically, yes, it's expensive, but you're technically not supposed to use as much because it will last all day. Yeah. Instead of just fading. Because if you buy the cheap dollar shit, then you can spray it, but then like an hour later you can't smell it anymore.
See, I wore Fahrenheit also.
It evaporates.
I wore Fahrenheit also. And and Fahrenheit and Obsession, the fixatives were about the same. They both lasted. It would permeate everything. All your clothes would start smelling. And you can't be changing up fragrances because it'll fuck up all your clothes.
Yeah, because when I used to go to your house, like before we moved in together, like your whole closet smelled like Obsession. Not in a overpowering way, but it's just like
you could smell it. Yeah.
Like you could smell it like when you open the door.
Oh, fucking bed sheets and fucking all, but it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And if it's not getting everywhere, then it's not doing its job.
Yeah, I mean you're
supposed to be scent marking the fuck out of this place. And I didn't smell it. I didn't smell it as a man, you know what I mean? But women could smell it.
Yeah.
You know. And what did it do? That is fucking triggers memories.
Yeah.
Scent and memories trigger. Sometimes a woman will pass by and it'll be boom, and I'll remember the girl that I fucked sometime in the past that smelled that wore that perfume. I was like, oh man. And I look around and go, oh, it's her, okay. But no, there's some of them. White musk is one that does it, because I slept with a lot of women that wore white musk.
Because everybody wore it.
That was real common. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably have a lot of scent memories like that. Like I said, the strongest one is probably Aussie hairspray.
Yeah.
Like reminds me of high school, like immediately.
Yeah.
Like that grapey, nettly kind of smell.
Kind of like grape.
Yeah, it's got grapes and nettles and some other kind of shit in it. I don't know what they make it with now.
Smells good.
But yeah, it does smell good. I actually have some. It doesn't, the kind I have doesn't smell quite the same as it did back then. Like it's not quite as strong. Well, it might just be because I don't use it that much because my hair's straight, so I don't have to do. You know, it's not like before when I was teasing it and shit like that, where I needed a lot of shit. Zach says, if there was a woman I'd district for, do you mean like go straight for maybe? It probably would be Stevie Nicks back in the 70s. My God, she was gorgeous. This? Zach did.
Zach, yeah.
Yeah.
Stevie Nicks was cute.
She was, yeah. She was.
She could sing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Military said younger guys bathe in cologne and expect pussy to fall into their lap.
Who said that?
American Military said that. Yeah.
They're trying hard where you're at. Fucking the clubs that we go to, man. The younger guys are. I gotta say, you know, at least to come to our club, the younger guys are substandard, man. They're not the players they used to be, and the guys that are doing well with the goth girls, they're hard to tell apart from the goth girls. I don't want to say they're trans, but they're really effeminate, skinny. But goth girls always kind of liked that type of dude.
Yeah.
And then
very
the rest
popular
of
type.
Yeah.
Even back in when I was
even
younger.
back in the day, yeah. That they liked that skinny rock star look.
Androgynous
rock star. Yeah. They like that.
Yeah.
That's successful for that. And then a lot of the other ones are just kind of like fat guys, or dudes that are just not remarkable in any way. They're not dressing to impress. They don't have any particular kind of style. They're kind of in the background watching a lot. So I don't, below that's mostly on. That's not so much on the goth nights, so that's more on the new wave nights, and there's not that many young ones. So when I say young, I'm talking now they'd be like 30.
Yeah.
You know. Only people that show up to goth nights are their goths.
Yeah. Yeah,
nobody else is really that comfortable. Or there are people that know the scene. They show up.
You don't get too many normies.
No.
At Memento or Abyss, everybody kind of knows.
You have to know
even people that go to the Axe Trap normally, like what that place is during the day, know not to go to that night if they're not into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some are comfortable there.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, I don't
just
care.
Have to be comfortable there.
I don't care if normies go. It's just I don't like ones that go there and are like obnoxious. Like some of the ones that go to the supposed goth night at Mannequins, which is Friday night.
They have no business being in there.
They have no business being in there, and they just start making fun of people or groping people.
They don't know where they are.
Yeah, and it's like, and a lot of the girls won't go there anymore.
No,
for that, and I was like, yeah, baby, I don't blame you.
No, we own Orlando now. Yeah, we own Orlando. They're not going to Mannequins. It's just Memento Mori.
Yeah, and Abyss.
And Abyss
once a month.
Yeah, and That's our DJ, and we've been with him for fucking what, 15 years, 16 years now almost.
A while.
Yeah.
At least 12 years.
Yeah. Over time, we promoted with him. He's a friend of ours. You know, we're always there. Fucking Jen does all this graphics for now inside the club on all the video monitors and everything. It's looking fucking beautiful. We run it all off thumb drives, and just plug it into the back of the monitor, and the visuals start streaming, and they look great. She did a great job, and so we've been doing support for so long, you know. But no, we run this motherfucker because we were consistent. We consistently had good flyers, consistently had throwing it in a decent club.
No drama.
No, it had air conditioning. Because you can't do it in a place that doesn't have air conditioning. Not here. And there are some places that are, a lot of times, if they're gonna fuck with a goth night, they're already so desperate that they're damn near out of business. They can't afford AC. We're like, no, we don't want anything to do with you. We've been through that.
Yeah.
So
that's what happened with Venue 13 a lot. Is like they kept ending up at these clubs that were like going on their last legs, and they were just kind of trying anything to like stay open.
Yeah, because they couldn't get any people in them.
Yeah, so they're just like, well, let's do a goth night. Like the goths will always show up, you know what I mean? But if the place was shitty, like people didn't want to show up.
Yeah, they could show up for a couple months, and they were like, man, we can't take it. So we were consistently at least good.
Yeah.
So over time, natural selection, we got selected. Mannequins has a fucking great location.
Ooh.
It's a great club.
I gotta pee.
The problem is that because it's in a good location, there's lots of walk-in.
Yep.
So the people that walk in, even if they pay, they had to institute a coverage charge, which they should have done that a long time ago, because that keeps the riffraff out. But now you got people that have no business being in there paying the cover charge going in. They don't know what a goth night is. They just think this is a country western bar. Who are these weirdos in it? You know, I don't know what they think. And because they see women that are kind of like dressed in goth outfits and maybe fucking half their asses hanging out, you know what I mean, or something, that she's a stripper, so you can now fucking grind on her and grab her ass. No, you don't know that girl. You know what I mean? That's just not the way it is. That's not even a straight girl. That might be a lesbian. So they're kind of like fish out of water when they show up. And what happens is in a situation like that, a weird synergy starts happening where the club is making money because goth girls are showing up and they're kind of like bait. And guys are showing up who are not goth to see these girls, and they're spending a lot of money at the club. But the actions of these guys drive these women out because they don't know how to behave themselves. They're out of their element. They don't know the culture. They don't know the limitations. Okay. They think these girls must be easy or something.
Yeah.
They can do or say whatever they want. No, they're very sensitive.
Because we're like a porn category.
Yeah, they're a porn category. So, but those are porn girls, though. Yeah, they're goth. Some of them really are goth, but those are porn girls. They're porn girls first, more than anything else, and they know they can make money off that look. Most goth girls are not in porn. Okay?
No.
So they're
a lot of the porn stars are doing that are not goth. They're just looking like that because it's a porn category.
I don't know. Some of them are.
Some of them are.
Some of them are.
But some of them, it's just a look. They don't really know anything.
I can tell by the tattoos, though.
Yeah, that's one way you can tell. Like some of they have like permanent shit.
Yeah.
Then obviously. But
I can tell by the tattoos. I can tell by I've seen porn star girls with fucking Sisters of Mercy tattoos. Like she knows exactly what she's doing.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Which why would a normie get that?
Yeah. A normie's not gonna get that. Okay. So, but what ends up happening is that the behavior of the guys drives the girls out, and then next thing you know, now it's a club that looks pretty cool, playing, actually in Mannequin's case, very kind of substandard goth music, or shit that's not even goth really. It's like a weird industrial. Earworms, that's not some of the goth music, or some of the music that's been being played in goth clubs has gone far away from goth.
That's been happening since the late 90s, I'm going to say.
And now new music is like AI generated earworms, a lot of it.
And the sad thing is, like, there's so much good new goth music.
But they're not playing it.
And they don't play it. There's tons of good shit. Like I said, fucking Tampa, every October, they do a whole ass 3-day live music festival.
Yeah, it's got good shit there.
All kind of bands. And they're all good. Mm-hmm. They do it every year. And it's just like, do you think they play any of that shit in goth clubs? Hardly ever.
Corinthian shows up and fucking blows the fucking roof off the place.
I think every now and then, like, Paul at Mannequins will play, like, Twin Tribes or something like that. But it's just, like, it's very rare.
For some reason, the newer DJs think, well, that stuff's kind of old and it sounds a little too mellow. Goth music was mellow. There was a whole folk gothic music like fucking Death in June and Current 93 and Nature and Organization. There was fucking Strawberry Switchblade, which was kind of like poppy, fucking folky. What would you call Strawberry Switchblade?
I'm not sure exactly.
Lolita goth. That was the fashion that they were having.
Although, the thing about Lolita was that it looked cool, but it didn't have anything to do with the music, though. It was just an aesthetic. It was just a look.
According to the Japanese, Strawberry Switchblade invented Japanese Lolita goth look.
Yeah,
they saw that, and they
just did that. But like I said, look. The weird thing is that
they didn't do the music though.
Yeah, it's not really a thing anymore. But I feel like in the '90s, it was like a big, huge, like, you know, Lolita was like a big, huge thing. And it looked really cool. Like, I liked a lot of the look of it. I even have, like, some outfits like that that I got back then. But it doesn't have anything to do with goth music.
Or the culture that much.
It's just a look.
Yeah, the Japanese don't know, in general, don't know anything about goth culture or goth music. They just copy the fashion. And they've kind of made it their own.
And it looks cool. It looks good. But like I said...
It's not goth culture, though.
No. Because like I said, it's not just... And I feel like a lot of maybe there's... Because there's a little bit of a... I was watching a video on YouTube not too long ago about the TikTokification of goth and punk, where it's just kind of like all these younger people that just like the look, which, you know, that's fine.
It's fashion.
But they don't know anything about the culture. They don't know anything about the music. They don't know anything about that. They're just kind of like co-opting the look because they think it looks cool, but they don't really know shit otherwise.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Which is kind of depressing.
They don't. Well, another thing is Japan, the Japanese and a lot of the young people today, they just see something in some music that they like, but they don't know the darker aspects of where some of that stuff came from. Punk rock. Not only was it something that came from London and was British, it was also from New York. You know, the Ramones, and it was an underground. It was kind of an underground culture being shared across the ocean, in the English-speaking world. But what's been forgotten about was the darker elements of that. And most of those people were junkies, and they were mostly homeless. They didn't have any money. Common. The girls, a lot of times, were prostitutes. And it was like survival prostitution. They'd blow some dude so they could get a couple dollars so they could get something to eat. Just shit like that.
Yeah, because you had to.
Because they had to. They were kind of
semi-homeless.
Yeah. So that
a lot of them were like squatters and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
they're living in abandoned houses
back
and stuff.
They
didn't want to work. But I don't blame them. I didn't like those jobs either.
I don't blame them either.
But sometimes drugs would take over, and those people didn't live long. A lot of them died. And they died young. Even when I got out of the army, I was hanging out in Boston. In the goth scene there was a lot of fetish and kind of like the ends of punk rock. They were still around, that scene. Every few months, man, fucking, they're like, hey, what happened to Lynn? Oh, she died. What? Yeah, she OD'd.
It's kind of crazy.
It was just like normal for them to die.
I kind of feel like in the 80s...
And they were like in their fucking 20s.
I kind of feel like in the 80s, people in that subculture, like punk, goth, whatever it was, I kind of feel like that we had a higher than usual percentage of people that died of drug overdoses.
Yeah, they were dying.
And AIDS.
They died in our scene
too. Yeah, we've had
Mike Stone died.
Mike Stone died.
Overdose. A couple of the other ones died. Overdose. Real cute girl. She died of some weird drug she got a hold of. That was a long, long time ago. Then a lot of them just died of cancer, brain tumors.
But young.
Yeah,
Like,
young.
like
Car
not
accidents.
old.
They had fucking high mortality rate. And some of it was just accidents.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's just weird. But so a place like Japan, they get a hold of like the punk rock fashion and goth fashion. They don't really know the tribal background of all that. Because the same fucking shit was happening in England. They died. Fucking, okay, look, some of those were successful. Billy Idol, he came out of that same punk rock scene. He was friends with Susie from Susie and the Banshees. He was friends with John Lydon and fucking the guys from the Sex Pistols and everything. Before he even showed up, but he was in a punk band called Generation X. Even before he showed up in New York to hang out with Steve Stevens, once he got his thing with Chrysalis Records to start Billy Idol, even before then, he was already addicted to heroin.
Yeah.
He was already a junkie.
It was very, very common.
He was a junkie by 16, 15.
Heroin was like the drug of choice.
Yeah.
For like punks and goth people like in the
Yeah.
80s. I never did it. But
And
like,
they got them when they were
a
young.
lot
They're
of
like
people did it.
13, 14 when they're fucking with that shit. And they're in the ghetto. They're in housing projects and shit. And they didn't understand the magnitude of these drugs that were there. They didn't know much about addiction or, you know, they had almost nothing to lose. They didn't have any money. And so we would just offer them a drug. The next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, yeah, that was good," you know. And then they're
Let's do
fucking
that again.
That's it. They're not even old enough to understand what it is they're doing.
like, I understand that. I mean, I will say though that I'm not averse to drugs in general.
Some of them are your heart.
But heroin, I
Mm.
never really had any
Yeah.
desire to get involved in that. I was like, that doesn't really sound like a good time to me.
Some drugs are just in trash.
I understand,
Trash.
like, a lot of people, like, a lot of artistic people and stuff like that, like heroin, because it just kind of blisses you out.
Yeah, but most of them become worthless.
But yeah, like,
Almost everybody
I
I
mean,
know is
to
on
them,
it.
it feels good to them.
Yeah,
But to everybody else, they're just laying around sleeping their life away. You
It
know what I
was it was amazing that Billy Idol could be a heroin junkie and have a music career, and it was fairly productive. But I
mean?
think
Nick Cave did that too. Holy crap!
But I think they have to snort cocaine
That's
fucking-
possible. Yeah.
to go to work. So
you're counteracting one drug
Yeah,
with another. Because,
right.
like I said, Nick Cave,
it's a handicap. You
who's
don't-
like my favorite.
yeah,
He was a heroin addict for a long time.
yeah.
And he wrote some fucking banging ass songs, like and he wrote a couple novels too. He was
Yeah.
manic.
Yeah.
Like, he had so much shit coming out, and all of it was good. And I was like, how the fuck did you do all of that? When you were on so many drugs, you guys,
Yeah.
so many drugs. And I can't believe that he fucking survived and he's still
Yeah.
around and like doing shit nowadays.
So, some drugs are just trash tier. I would never fuck with heroin because it's so good you probably won't stop injecting.
I think that's
So
what
I
ends
would-
up happening
I
is
wouldn't
that
do that.
people that take it, they're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is like euphoria.
Yeah.
And they just keep chasing that
Yeah.
feeling. Like I said, everyone around you just thinks you're a bum and you're just laying around doing nothing. But for them, it's just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, crack cocaine is fucking cheap, highly addictive, and fucking just breaks you down and just robs you. And you see what happens to them. No, you don't want anything to do with crack
Like
cocaine.
I said, the only shit I like is LSD, honestly.
I've snorted actual real cocaine. That's okay. The thing is you're gonna wake up the next day wanting more of that. And
Yeah.
what I found is that in the cases I said, well, fuck that. I don't want to spend that kind of money because I never bought anything. I just had people give me shit.
Yeah.
And I says, I ain't fucking buying that shit. So what I did is I just drank myself into a fucking stupor.
Yeah.
And then by the time I woke up the next day after that party,
You didn't want any more.
I forgot all about it. I forgot all about cocaine. So
Drinking's
that's
a
how
lot
you
cheaper than, yeah.
That's how you counteract cocaine.
I mean, I'd say you don't want to become an alcoholic either.
No.
But
And then people that like cocaine but don't want to go the crack route, what they're gonna do is they're gonna do something like fucking crystal meth. Well, that's even worse,
Oh,
man.
Lord,
that
don't
fucks
do
your
that.
teeth up. It's cheaper. It lasts a long time. It turns you into a fucking zombie because you can't sleep on it, and you become delirious. And you just you don't want anything to do with that.
if you've ever seen some of the before and after pictures,
Yeah, it turns you into like a crack zombie. So you don't want anything to do with that.
don't do that.
The only ones that were fucking reliable and pleasant and something that you could actually use and wouldn't destroy you, for me was alcohol. I
Yeah.
can walk away from alcohol. It's easy to control, and it's legal. You can get it anywhere.
Yeah, we like to drink, but it's like if somebody told me tomorrow you can't drink anymore, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. Weed, I always you can smoke it. Some people like it. I always hated how it made me feel. I don't like it.
I
don't really like it.
Like, I know that a lot of people have told me, like, a lot of people smoke weed. They're like, oh, yeah, it chills you out, it relaxes you and stuff. Which maybe it does that for them. It never did that for me.
I never really liked it.
Like, me, it was like the opposite. It made me even more paranoid and, like, more self-conscious. And I'm like, I don't need that.
I preferred alcohol.
Me too.
To that. But one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I don't like weed.
One of my favorite ones, but you can only do it every now and then, is LSD. LSD's great.
LSD is super fun.
But you can't go anywhere on it. You gotta stay home.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
You'll
have plenty of fun.
Home becomes really interesting.
You'll have plenty of fun in your house.
The carpet is interesting. The walls are interesting. Everything's
going on the
really
internet. You're like, what the fuck? And
everything's
just don't take anything seriously. Just have fun.
Well, the cool thing about it, like I said, the first time I did it, I think I even said to you I don't remember if I said this out loud, but I thought it. I said, oh, now I understand what all these stupid hippies that are into the Grateful Dead, I understand what they're talking about now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I was looking out, we were at our old house then, and I was looking out our sliding glass window that was in our bedroom. And me and Pookie were sitting, looking outside, it was nighttime. And I was like, man, everybody's one, dude.
Yeah, we're all one.
Like, we're all
connected.
one. It's like, this is so awesome.
The Spirit of God, man. We're all connected.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Now I understand all these Grateful Dead people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, now I get it.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought they were full of shit, but it's like, I get what they're talking about.
You're just looking at it a certain way.
I get what they're talking about now. Like, I got that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely feel like you're connected to everything, and everything's gonna be okay.
You know your place in the universe.
And and it was just really positive. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, no wonder people love this shit.
They say it's really therapeutic for PTSD. They were giving dudes with PTSD that shit.
I can see that. Well, because like I said, I have struggles with like anxiety and insecurity and stuff like that. And when I took it, I was just kind of like, man, this is so cool. Like, it was, you know what I mean? It's like everything felt awesome. Like everything was going to be okay, and like I wasn't worried about anything, and I don't know. It was just a really, really nice feeling. I felt like complete ass the next day, though. Worse than a hangover. And I don't usually get hangovers, actually. But, man, I felt terrible. And honestly, I felt bad because my face hurt because I've been smiling so much because I was having, like, such a good time. Because it lasts a long time if you've never taken LSD. It lasts, like, 12 hours. It takes a long time to come on. I think when we took it... probably took about 45 minutes or an hour before you really felt any, and then it was like very gradual, and then like you were almost like, is this shit doing anything? And then like after a while you'd be like, oh, okay, and then you'd start like feeling the walls and shit like that, and you'd be like, okay, I guess it's doing something now. But the thing I liked about it was that it gave you that awesome, like, I don't give a fuck attitude of drinking, but you were still lucid. Because sometimes when you get real drunk and like the next day you're like, what the fuck did I do? Like, I don't even remember like half of the shit that happened last night, like half the shit that we said. Sometimes people will be like, hey, I've legit have people post pictures of us on social media like the next day from a club or something, and I do not remember that picture being taken at all. So it's like sometimes you don't remember shit because you drink too much. But LSD is not like that. Like, it makes you... It's all the positive shit of that. Feeling like that. Like, feeling like, yay, everything's cool, and you're not worried about anything, but you're still lucid. And you still know that you're on LSD. You still remember everything. I remember everything about being on LSD very, very clearly. I remember all the shit that I thought. I remember how I felt. Everything. There was no blackout. So it's really kind of an interesting... I don't know, I think that's why I liked it, because it kind of gave me the drunk feeling, but without the blackout aspect, like not remembering shit, like the next day. Somebody asked, where was it? I saw it like a while back, because I kind of wanted to answer this. Oh, Peter Bohr said, how are the crowds on the 80s nights? They tend to be pretty good. Like, it's a later crowd.
Who is this?
Peter's asking. How the crowds at Barbarella.
Was he local?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
I didn't know. Sounds like he wants to show up.
Well, no, he's just asking probably
Okay.
curiosity. People don't usually show up in great numbers. Like, people trickle in from 9:30 onward. But I feel like the most people don't show up until like 11. It's probably like 75% regulars,
Yeah.
which are skews slightly older. It's older goth people, older alt people. There's some normies, but they've been there a long time. Like, Barbarella was a very popular downtown club for like 30 years. So a lot of people still remember going there back in the day, and now they're coming here, like, they've been coming here like every week, like forever.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Mostly
them
40s, mostly 40s and 50s.
Yeah. But there are some
There's a
younger
lot of
people
30s
too.
and 20s though. They got
But there's a lot of younger people too, like some normies showing up. But everybody, it's a good vibe. I really just like, everybody's just there to have a good time. Nobody's there to cause any trouble.
Yeah, the older people look pretty good. They tend to be the people that are presentable.
Yeah, I mean, they're the people that are still going,
going
out
out
at their age.
Yeah.
Where most people are like, fucking, I'm not going out anymore.
And there's no trouble. Everybody has jobs. Everybody has money.
No one has any reason to cause any drama or
Yeah.
tomfoolery.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot more because
Everyone's in relationships, or
Yeah.
everybody knows everyone's deal.
Well, what I was saying is you can get away with a lot more because they're not real sensitive people in their 20s who take offense to everything. A lot of them are Gen X. So Gen X will fuck with each other. You know what I mean?
Well,
and
plus
we all know, yeah.
we all know each
We're
other,
all
too.
veterans and shit, you know.
We've all been around forever.
Yeah.
We've been in the club scene forever.
People in their 20s can take offense over stuff.
Well,
'cause
they're young.
They're young and touchy.
And they don't know.
They don't know anything.
They haven't been doing this for as long
Yeah.
as we have.
Yeah.
We're old and
jaded.
cranky.
Yeah. Old and jaded.
You know what I mean? And like I said, we've been doing this since we were teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's like, so we're just kind of used to it. But like, so I don't really cut them, you know, I don't get on their case or anything like that. They're young. I was young once, you know what I mean? It's like they don't, and they grew up in a different world than we did.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, I like the fact that they come out in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not just sitting at home online. They're actually coming out and meeting people, which is good.
The problem that I've noticed is that on the goth nights with the younger crowd, and we're talking about, this is Gen Z that we're talking about now, it's mostly girls, which, okay, that's fine. They look pretty good. The problem is that girls don't buy drinks that much in clubs. Guys do. But the guys aren't showing because they don't have money.
Or they just want to stay home and play a video
Well,
game.
I think it's both. Well, they're staying home playing video games because they don't have money.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them are down on the dating, and they're skeptical of clubs. They're like, oh, fuck those bitches. They're becoming kind of like voluntarily celibate. They're shooting themselves in the nuts because they're watching too much internet, and some of the guys are giving them fucking...
They need to go touch grass, as they say.
Yeah. Oh, don't go to the clubs. It's a ripoff. They're just trying to sell drinks, and those girls won't like you anyway. That's that kind of shit.
But the thing
So they
about
don't show up. They don't make any friends.
But the problem with that whole attitude is that you shouldn't even have that attitude to start with.
Yeah, they think it's a meat market attitude. And you're never
Like,
supposed to have the meat market attitude.
No. Well,
You don't go there to
don't
meet
go to
girls.
clubs like that.
Yeah, it's not a meat market
I don't like
attitude.
meat market clubs either. Never
Yeah.
have.
Right.
There were some like that where I grew up in Daytona. There was one called Razzles. That was what the
Yeah,
commercials. Razzles.
Goth clubs are not meat markets.
I would be caught dead in that fucking place.
Yeah.
That's what that was like. That's what people think of when they think of club culture.
Yeah.
That is completely different.
Goth clubs aren't like that.
Goth clubs are not like that. 80s clubs are not like that. It's a
Yeah.
totally different vibe. It's a totally different crowd. I'm not saying that like hookups don't happen, because they do.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
on
like
the periphery.
it's like not the main objective. Like this, it's mostly just people going. They like the music and they like the people there.
To dance
Yeah,
and to socialize, to make
that's the
friends.
only reason.
And you're showboating. You better show up with some cool fucking threads. You better fucking have some moves, all right? And it's all lighthearted. They got dudes out there that are in their 50s that don't even really show up in anything fancy, that dance their fucking asses off. They're the fucking life of the party.
Yeah, and they're having a great
They're just
time.
having a good time. Yeah, they're like...
They know all the songs. They're
Putting
having
on a
great
show.
time.
It's Studio 54 out there. It's like that, you know? And fucking I'll be dancing with them and shit like that, you know what I mean? Because dudes dance with each other in the fucking 80s club, you know what I mean?
It's just funny, you know. It's
like I
we're
said,
all loaded.
we're all loaded.
drunk.
We all
and
kind of know each other.
And we all know each other. We see each other all the fucking time.
We're out every week.
And
It's like, hey, it's you again.
yeah, and it's a ritual to
Yeah.
come to this club and to dance to these fucking songs that you grew up with. And the DJ might throw one out at you just from the left. He might time it just perfectly. And it just fucking comes and everyone's like, oh, this one, yeah. And then fucking everybody goes wild, you know. It could be anything.
Oh, bitch, last week. Like, it was kind of early. He played some good shit early on. Like, I'm kind of too self-conscious to dance by myself on the dance floor before everybody gets there. But, man, he'll play some good shit early, and I'm like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Last week, it was still fairly early, and we had just moved over to the other side of the club, because, like I said, we get there at 9:15 or so and have a couple drinks over by the bar, and then move over to our spot by the back patio. And I'm like, good shit, but it's like, I don't really like to dance until there's at least a couple other people dancing. Because I don't want to feel like a dork. But man, there was nobody out there, and he played the Cramps, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm doing it.
Oh man, fucking our
I'm
friend
doing
Dawn
it.
will go out there and be the first one on the dance floor by herself.
Man,
She
I
fucking-
love her.
Yeah.
She will just go out there. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I wish I had that
Yeah.
confidence. And it's funny because she's very introverted. Like, she's probably
Real
more,
shy.
she's more introverted than I am,
Yeah, real
actually. But
She loves you.
She has absolutely no compunction
does.
at all about like
Yeah.
just going out there and just dancing all by her fucking self.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I wish I could do that. I just
Yeah.
feel too self-conscious. I'm too self-conscious to do
Yeah.
that. Unless I'm wasted. But I'm not usually that wasted that early in the night because it's only like 10 o'clock
But
at that point.
John has been fucking spinning since the Visage days back in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
He's been spinning. He used to do fucking goth and fucking 80s. He can do it all.
And he
But
just loves the
he-
shit.
he
He's a
knows
millionaire.
all.
He owns
He's
like
a millionaire. And he's
a
not
bajillion other
those other
like
businesses, fucking racquetball courts.
He doesn't
and
need
shit.
the money.
Nope. He's got fucking.
He just does it because he wants to.
He's got badass fucking supercars. I don't remember what kind of fucking supercar that was he has, but it's like a damn near fucking almost $1 million car. I forgot what it was.
But he's there every
he's there
Saturday
all the time.
spinning because
Yeah.
he loves it.
He's
been doing it for like fucking 30,
He once
40
called
years.
himself a DJ in front of me, and I laughed. He says, "John, you're no DJ." And he got insulted. What do you mean I'm not a DJ? He says, "John, you are a fucking businessman. You make millions of dollars a year. You are not a DJ. Is a broke dude. You are." And he started laughing. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "You're
like
a
I said,
businessman who can spin. You started as a DJ, but
He
you're
could farm it out if he wanted to.
He can farm that shit out. Yeah,
And he
just loves
doesn't.
being he loves being a DJ.
Like, there's other DJs that there's a guy named Kendall
Yeah.
that DJs. Like, sometimes he'll DJ later in the night. But John is there every single, as is his
Yeah.
wife Lorraine, who is
Yeah.
fucking awesome. Man, I was talking to her like last week, and we were talking about the old days and
Yeah,
all the drugs she
I
used
raised
to do
their
and
daughter.
shit like that.
Remember their daughter?
Yeah.
She used to call me Trenchcoat Man, and
Trenchcoat Man.
She was showing me all her high school when she was in high school.
And she worked at the bar.
She worked at the. She ended up, and now she's a fucking stewardess. And then she went on to do something else. She was
Yeah.
a stewardess in an
She's
airline.
super cool. I
She's
like
been
her.
everywhere. Yeah.
But see, that's what it's
His
just
daughter's
kind of
grown
like.
now.
I mean, I will say John and Lorraine, who owned iBar like / Barbarella downtown for many years, they don't look alternative.
No,
they
they
look
look-
just regular.
They look like preppies, kind of.
A little bit.
Kinda.
Lorraine looks a little bit more I mean, I've only really seen her.
Lorraine looks like a hot Latin business chick,
Yeah.
even though I don't think she's Latin. Maybe.
I don't think she is either.
But she just has.
I'm not sure what her ethnicity
She kind of has a
is.
Latina kind of.
She does have a little bit of a Latino look
Yeah.
to her, though.
She might be Latina.
She's cool as shit. I love her.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, but they grew up in club culture. They met at like a punk rock show, like at some
Yeah.
club, like years ago, and they're still together. They have, they have a kid that's grown, and they just love this shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't need the money.
No, John owned.
They just do it because they want to.
John had two of the biggest fucking clubs of all times in Orlando history. Visage, he had that for a long time, and then he moved downtown on Orange Ave. That's a main strip, and he had Independent Bar.
Yeah, it was Barbarella at first, and then he called it Independent Bar.
Yeah.
And now that he moved it back to the Axe Trap, he called it Barbarella
Yeah,
again.
and
Going back to the
that
old
place was fucking great, but it got put under through COVID. COVID wiped out everything on the main strip.
People just didn't go out anymore.
Yeah, and the main strip now is all fucking rap clubs. And it's because they got desperate and they had to lower all the fucking rents. And the first people that jumped in there was the rap club. They raps and shit. And they took over, which drove all the other clubs out because they started having shootings everywhere. Now it all moved to Sanford. All you gotta do is go look online.
Sanford or Winter Park.
Sanford or Winter
Park. Other outside of downtown. Because there's Orlando. Downtown Orlando is really not that big. But there's a lot of little exurbs and suburbs and shit like that. So there's a lot of other places.
Yeah.
Winter Park, Altamont Springs. There's all kind of other places where there's stuff.
Independent Bar was a friend of mine, Big Tom. He was an ex-Navy guy.
You mean.
Big old black ex-Navy guy who fucking loved goth music. He was a huge fan of of the Smiths and Morrissey. And he owned a service station. And when all that shit went down to COVID, he shut that service station down, and he had fucking whole wads of cash. And he approached me and Jen, wanted to help him open up this club. He wanted me to manage it. I said, Tom, I can't work for you, man. We're friends. He goes, what? And I says, I don't work for friends. And I says, because you won't be able to fire me, or if you do fire me, I'll take it personal. And he goes, all right. I says, any help you need, I'll just give you for free. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, we'll just help our friends out for free. I don't expect.
So he opened Mannequins, and that was the club that's doing what. Mannequins is a fantastic location. That place can't fail. But the goth night, I don't think is good. That's not gonna make it there. He needs to go for mainstream nights. He would make so much more money. Well, but he doesn't want that. He wants to run it. He could do 80s.
That's what he likes.
That's what he likes.
He has an 80s night on Saturday night.
His 80s night will do fine.
We've been to it a couple of times. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as Barbarella.
It'll make money though.
There's a bunch of weirdos.
It'll make
there.
money.
I don't know if they still do karaoke night. They do a drag night.
Yeah.
They do some other shit during the week, but I'm not really sure what it is. It's a fantastic location. It's right in downtown Sanford, and downtown Sanford is a big clubbing restaurant area. There's lots of live music venues down there. There's a ton of restaurants. It's a nice little walkable. It's only a few blocks, but it's a pretty nice walkable area. There's lots of parking lots. You just park and people walk around all night. You go get something to eat. You go to the bar. You go to this bar. You go to that bar. You go to that bar. So he really got a great location there. He got a little bitty place, and then when he made a lot of money, he bought the place next door and knocked the wall out to make it bigger. He still wants that other place right on the corner. Maybe he'll get it. Every time we've been, it's crowded. But it's just kind of a lot of the goth people...
They don't want to go there.
They don't want to go there.
I don't blame them. I had to fight half the time I go there.
That's what I mean. I don't really like... It's always kind of... I'm always kind of eh.
The dance floor is too small.
The dance floor is very small. And the reason I like Barbarella is because I have never, in my entire life... Actually, even when iBar was downtown... I've never in my entire life felt unsafe in that place or that crowd. Ever. Yeah. It's just not... I don't know. You just don't think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's because the trap...
I could leave my purse. No one would take it. I could leave a drink. No one would spike it.
It's because the trap...
It's fine.
I'll tell you what it is. Because the trap is not downtown. It has no walk-in. It has no walk-in business.
Yeah, you have to drive.
You have to know where you're going to get there.
There's nothing else around that's club related.
The trouble always starts is when there's lots of walk-in traffic.
Well, yeah, because then you
got random motherfuckers that show up and they don't really know where they are, and they're not in club culture. They don't realize all these people know each other and that they're all regulars. So they do crazy shit there. They don't realize that the whole crowd's going to turn against them because that's what happens.
Because they come in and start throwing their weight around.
They start throwing their weight around.
Oh, I own this bitch. And everybody's who are you?
You do something, try to grab one chick's ass, and then all the women turn on you because they don't know that they all know each other. They've all been knowing each other for years. Because a lot of normies don't come from club cultures like that. Meat markets aren't like that.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending turnover.
I still laugh at the one night when Memento Mori, which I think it was still called Mitternacht at this point, when it was still downtown at iBar. We were having the night. Sometimes we'd have problems with normies, but not usually. This one night, 2 or 3 frat dudes came in there. You could tell they were going to be trouble you could tell from their body language we got very good at like as soon as it didn't even have to do with the way they were dressed or anything, although they were dressed badly. But you could tell by the way they walked in that I was like, oh man, this is gonna get thrown out at some point, or they're gonna cause some trouble. You always knew. And indeed, about an hour later, Shauna, our friend Shauna, who's been on the show like a long time ago, she's up there dancing like she does. She's an awesome dancer. And these dudes like kind of surrounded her, like trying to dance with her and stuff like that. And I looked up there and I was like, oh, you guys.
It was Shauna?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, you guys have no idea what you have just gotten into.
Shauna's from Boston, and she's
from Brockton.
She's from Brockton, which is
Will knock your ass out.
Yeah, she don't care. She'll fight. Yeah, and so she'll punch. She
is a
dudes.
lovely, lovely person, but she will kick
We've had her
your
on the
ass
show before.
if you fuck with her.
We've had her on the show before as a guest a long time ago.
She is like the cool, and I told her this before one time we were at Abyss, and I told her, I said, I think that you are she is the coolest chick in this scene, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then she had something wrong with her throat. She just got it fixed, and she looked so good last time.
Her esophagus, yeah. She, for a long time, she had something wrong with her esophagus. Like, she couldn't really swallow all that good.
She couldn't swallow anything.
And she didn't really do anything about it. I mean, she's 50.
Yeah, you wouldn't know by looking at her.
No, you would have no idea.
She's in real good shape. Looks real young.
And she had that wrong because she told me about it like a long time ago. And it's like, so whenever she eats, it's like kind of a big ordeal because it's like you can't really swallow.
Yeah.
But you didn't really do anything about it because it's like, you just kind of carried on, whatever. Yeah. And she had some other problem and she had to go to the hospital and they fixed it.
Yeah.
And so she was kind of out of commission for a few weeks. She came to Memento last weekend.
She looked amazing.
She looked she looked amazing before.
Yeah.
But it's like you could tell that she was just
and I
glowing.
I said, look. She was coming in, so look at her. And she
I was like,
in,
look at you,
you
baby.
could see the way she was carrying herself. And I just went up to her and I says, you look amazing. You look so much better. And she started crying. She goes, you have no idea. I feel so much better. I didn't know that it was that bad. And I said, yeah, now you know. And I said, you. And she goes, I didn't know. And I says, yeah, you were being suppressed by that shit. You didn't. She looked so much physically and mentally healthier because she could eat.
Yeah.
She couldn't swallow anything before.
Yeah, not really. It was like a big thing.
Every time she ate, it was like a struggle to get it to go down. But she started, as soon as I just said, you look fucking amazing. And she says, I could see it. And she just started crying.
Well, because it was such a huge difference.
Yeah, she was like, I didn't know.
She didn't realize how bad it was until they fixed it.
Yeah, she was happy that I said that.
She'd had that for years and years. I remember her talking about it a long time ago.
Her esophagus had like constricted up on her. So to swallow, she would constantly choke.
Yeah.
And had to fight to get it down. They went in there and rebuilt her esophagus and made it bigger so she could swallow it.
And I think she went in for something else, but then they saw that and they were like, oh, we need to fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, she said it just changed her life, that she felt so much better.
I can imagine. And like I said, I think that after a while, because she had been dealing with it for so long, she just got used to it, as you do. Yeah. Especially here where you can't really afford to get shit fixed.
You could see it in her face. It's like a fucking huge stone was taken off of her.
Yeah. And like I said, you couldn't really tell before because she was always like dancing and but like you could tell it was like a huge
you could tell that she was like had a huge weight lifted off of her.
Yeah. And she just started to cry like when you said that, because I was just kind of like, holy crap, like it's a huge fucking difference.
I could see it. Just like in her energy coming off.
But yeah, she's a rad chick. I really like her a lot. She's a real one, as they say. But yeah, I thought that was so funny. I didn't even when I saw that happen at Mitternacht or whatever. I think it was Mitternacht at that time. And I think it was 3 dudes approached her. I was not worried about Shauna at all. I said those dudes are in trouble.
They didn't know what they were doing.
They have no idea.
She's tough.
What's about to happen.
She's very tough. She's very tough.
And she was just like, Pat!
Yeah, she'll punch you right in the face. So
the dudes were shocked.
Yeah, she drove them out and drove them away.
Yeah, they got kicked out.
Yeah, she don't have no filter.
And Shauna's not going to get kicked out.
No, and she's not a little woman. She's pretty big. She's probably about what,
5'9", 5'10"?
Probably, yeah. She's thin, but like not.
She got some reach on her, and
She's wiry.
Yeah, she's got some reach on her, and she's extremely well coordinated. Really good dancer. If you can dance well, you can fight well.
Yes.
So she's got a good mind-body connection, and yeah, the women don't have the raw power of men. They just don't. But if you have dudes who aren't really prepared for a woman to make a move and like have and you know, most dudes are not going to want to go fucking full throttle in a club on some girl because she just punched you. Because you're going to look bad if you start attacking back. Okay? But I tell you what, it's the definite signal of no. Dudes will take that seriously. Okay, all right, no.
It's really sad that you have to do that.
Yeah. Them British girls need to learn that. I've been seeing these fucking foreign dudes fucking groping them on the dance floor, and they just freeze up like deer in the headlight. That's not how American girls handle it.
Fucking hit them.
Fucking start fucking punching and kicking. And here in Florida, they can carry. Here in Florida, they can.
That's the only way they're gonna learn.
Yeah, and here in Florida, they can legally carry guns. Now they can't carry a gun in a place that serves alcohol. But fucking, they go out to their fucking car or something. They might have something in a fucking trunk and come back at you. Come on, bitch! You know they're shooting.
I mean, you never know.
You don't know.
Well, see, I think that's why a lot of women will kind of do that because they don't know. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna get worse? Is it gonna escalate? Like you don't know.
In a club here in the United States, if a woman is fighting a dude, no questions asked. The entire club is going to turn on that dude. They're going to assume that he did something wrong.
Well, 9 times out of 10, he did do something wrong.
So you can do it here. And Americans fight. Americans will fight. Well, the ones that can. Some of them can't. But the ones that can't fight will fucking run and get help.
Like I said,
I'm used to it.
I'm kind of proud of myself because really the only times that anything really bad has happened, which is when that dude like tackled me to the floor in mannequins.
Yeah. He thought you were me though.
I know, but like no, I'm just saying. It doesn't matter what he thought. I'm just saying what the outcome of it was.
Yeah.
My first instinct was I'm gonna stick my thumbs in his eyeballs. Yeah. That was my first instinct. Also, one time when I was walking out of Ibar when it was downtown, walking past the pizza place, and a dude grabbed my arm. I smoked at the time. My first instinct was to take my cigarette and go, shh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And I burned. He was like, bitch. I was like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? Don't fucking grab people. God damn. So it's just like, and I just took off. Like the police station was right there. So.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's just.
No.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
America's, I think, a tougher place. I think, you know, we've been doing this for a long time. And people here, the women here seem to know that women here defend themselves a little bit better, I think, than they do in other countries. Now,
depends on the person.
Growing up in Brazil, there was very little violence in Brazil. As fucking dangerous as a lot of people think that Brazil was, it's very rare that you even saw a fist fight. Because a lot of the dudes, their mentality is that violence is beneath them. You know what I mean? So they'll just do a little like courtesan bitch fight. Oh fuck you! You know what I mean? They never rarely
they bring out gloves and like
rarely does it get physical. You know. But you know. And I don't know. Brazil was funny in a way. The dudes are macho, but like I said, a lot of times violence is beneath them. And there's no shortage.
Probably a good thing.
There's no shortage of women. And women are the aggressors, not the men, when it comes to the dating game.
Gotta be.
Dudes are consider themselves to be too high status to be running after chicks.
Oh, I can't like.
They're that kind of
myself.
Yeah, they're like.
Having some mere girl.
Well, yeah, what it is you know the Brazilian dude during the time in the '80s and I was there, he was the catch. The woman wasn't the catch. He was the catch. So, if he looked good and he had money and education, he didn't really have to do much. He kind of his status was known. He went to places where he was known. And there were all these little orbital females, you know. And that was just kind of the way the culture was. Dudes didn't dudes resisted women. The women were the ones that were constantly calling. It was kind of a different situation. And growing up there was quite fun, you know, as a teenager. Being foreign, I had the foreign guy effect. Being foreign and having money helped out a lot. It was kind of like these passport bros going to fucking the Philippines or something. Get spoiled real quick. But I don't know, man. I was a big fan of South American culture. And I got friends that live in Mexico, online friends. I talk to them. I would do well in Mexico. I would love to go to Mexico. They got a fucking great goth scene in Mexico City. People don't realize, you know, with all this cartel war and shit that's going on in Mexico, they don't realize how beautiful a country Mexico is. It has a long, proud history, and it's a cool place, and it's got a good future ahead of it. It has a lot of potential there that it hasn't reached. Mexico is going to be fucking awesome. Once they get rid of that corruption, which that'll take a while, and they rechannel that energy into something more productive, Mexico will kick ass. Got great food, great clubs, great social lives, a good culture. The people are very friendly. You can have a lot of fun there. Central America, depending on which country you're talking about, you know, the income's a little bit lower. It could be trouble in certain areas. But then when you start getting into South America, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, Chile, places in Brazil, oh man, it's wonderful. That place is so great. I'd love to go back. Even though Brazil's kind of having trouble right now, it'll recover. Everything kind of comes and goes.
One of these days.
Yeah. Argentina used to be one of the richest countries in the world per capita. All that shit can make a comeback. They just kind of lost their way. Bad leadership. And a lot of it had to do with American predatory banking systems. Shit, banks fucking them over.
Yeah,
making them sign deals and sign their souls away.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
David Brown says, I only hit one woman, but to be fair, she pulled a knife on me. I mean, totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. Like I said, I don't really have too much trouble. And honestly, before me and him were together, and after I was divorced, I did actually go downtown clubbing by myself. Like, I would go to the club and I had friends there, but I would drive there and leave there by myself, and I didn't have too much trouble. Like, every now and then you get like people like dudes like kind of following or accosting you or something like that, but I mean, that's bad. But, you know, sadly, you're kind of used to it because that kind of happens to everybody. Like, starting when you're 11 or 12 years old. So you're just kind of like, well, is this dude going to murder me? Probably not. Maybe I can get away. So it was like that kind of situation. But not too bad. Like I said, the reason that I always liked Ibar / Barbarella was that, and it's better now because it's not downtown anymore. So the people that are going there deliberately. There's no walk-in because there's nothing around there. It's just, the only thing around there is like a 7-Eleven and like a hair salon that's closed, and like, you know, there's nothing. It's not a club district. It's a place that's open all day because they do, you know, they're like a bar and grill, and they do like axe throwing and shit like that. So people go in the daytime, but at night they move all the tables and they do club shit. But you have to go there on purpose. You can't walk in. You know, there's like nothing around there to walk from. So it's a lot better. Like, I don't think we've ever had any trouble in there at all. You know what I mean? The only trouble that's happened is just like minor shit. Like a couple, I think we've talked about this weird, I'm not gonna say what their names are, but this weird ass couple that showed up, who are our age. They still look really good, but they said, oh, you know, we used to do club scene back in the day, but then we had kids, and like we were at home, like, you know, raising our kids for 16 years or whatever, but they're grown now, so we decided to come back out. So they did that, and then I was like, these dudes, like, the dude was okay, but, like, the chick was, like, a fucking weirdo, right? And, you know, it's like, I try to be nice to her and stuff like that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this? But I, like, couldn't put my finger on it. And, we found out one week that they had gotten kicked out. And we were like, well, what'd they get kicked out for? Like, what? I wasn't surprised. Not going to say that, but it's just kind of like, I was like, well, what exactly did they do? And for a while, like, the bar manager at Axe Trap would not tell us. Chris, I think his name is.
He's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he works there anymore.
Yeah.
But we found out later through Scuttlebutt that they were actually sneaking in through the back entrance, so they didn't have to pay the cover, and then they were also sneaking back out and drinking in their car, and they weren't buying any drinks at the bar.
Yes.
So they were just like hanging out. They're just being freeloaders. And I don't know, they were just real, like I said, he was okay. But she was real
schizo.
Yeah.
Real schizo, and
ooh.
Then they would do these online fucking tirades that got real
super weird Christian-y.
Jesus-y. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on.
Like, they'd homeschooled all their kids, and they were like they thought people were doing like witchcraft against them and stuff. I'm like,
weird shit.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah, and she's an ex-stripper.
Yeah, like, they looked really good.
They look good. They're good looking.
They knew all the shit. They knew everything about it. But wow, they were weirdos.
And she
was a weirdo.
Yeah, she was weird.
He was all right.
She was like raised in a strip joint Christian, and like fundamentalist.
Yeah.
But party hard too.
It was really weird.
It's kind of a weird thing.
Which you don't meet too many fundamentalist Christians in the goth scene. Most of them are just not religious at all, or Wiccans, or some of them are Christians, but they don't really go on and on about it. It's just like not a big thing. So you know,
some are just, they're like culturally Christian.
Yeah, it's not really. It's generally not a point of discussion.
Yeah, doesn't matter as long as they're not fucking with anybody.
Yeah, like, no one cares. Yeah. No one cares if you're a Christian. No one cares if you're an atheist. No one cares if you're a Muslim. No one cares what the fuck you are.
Well, some of the younger ones care. Some of the younger ones are fucking. They thought that anything that isn't what they are is ultra right wing, racist, fucking fascists. You know what I mean? And it's like, I put a stop to that. So hold on.
Well, now
you're calling the people that run the club now racist. Oh, I didn't mean that. And I was just like, you have to understand that fucking Dimitri is Greek Orthodox.
He's Greek Orthodox.
Okay, if you start talking that way, it's going to blow back, and then all that shit. And then she was like, oh, okay.
But like I said, look, I'm an atheist. I am the biggest anti-religion. I think religion is a waste of time. I think it's a scourge on humanity. But I will say that people that are religious, it's not the same across the board, just like anything else is. A lot of people that are Christians are fine.
Basically, what she was saying, what she had basically said in her messages is that, well, if you're a Christian, you can't be goth. Goth is all political. And I says, no. You don't know anything. There were religious people I know throughout that actually were goth.
Yeah,
didn't mean they were Christian, but they might have had another religion and they were goth. Because they had some people that were kind of like Wiccan. There was a whole folk version of goth.
A lot of Wiccans.
It was kind of Wiccan, the Wicker Man type stuff, like
a lot of pagans.
Current 93. That's a religion.
But I kind of feel...
And some of them were Christian, and there was a lot of Christianity that kind of bled into what they were doing sometimes. But it was like a Gnostic Christianity. It wasn't an Orthodox Christianity. Although Orthodox can do it too. Because they're in there.
But the reason this chick stood out is what I'm saying, is that she seemed like super fundy. But the weird thing about it is that she was super fundy, even though she was clearly... she had been a stripper,
and she's not following any of them rules,
which is fine. I don't have a thing about people being a stripper. I just think it's really weird that it's like you're a stripper and
calling
you're
everybody else a witch,
and and she's like coming out to the club in like barely anything,
hardly wearing any clothes, and drinking her ass off,
and then like calling out other people for witchcraft and all this other stuff. I'm like, do you see the hypocrisy in that?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Like, that's what bothered me. I don't give a fuck if people are Christians or not. I'm just saying that it's like, that's a stupid that's stupid. And she also sounded like a crazy person.
Yeah, I think she was just crazy.
I think she's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, because like I said, it was one of those things where this is what happens if you're older and you're a couple and you have other friends that are also couples. It's like the dude ends up talking to the dude, and the girl ends up talking to the girl, whether she wants to or not. So it's like, so he would end up talking to the dude, who seemed okay. Like, I didn't really know him that well. He seemed pretty fairly normal. But I would always end up talking to her, and like, I'm just like, oh man, I did not like this bitch at all. Like, she was very
real erratic,
passive aggressive.
Yeah, passive aggressive, real judgmental.
She would give you like backhanded compliment kind of bitch, and I don't really like these backstabbing. I don't like that. She was just very fake.
Yeah, they weren't a hit.
No,
everybody had a bad feeling about them, and tried to be more important than when they were, and tried to be famous.
They kind of showed up like, we own this shit, and everybody's like, who are you?
Yeah, and they were like, and they didn't know who was who. They didn't realize that me and Jen had been doing this forever, and we're friends with everybody, and been promoting for these clubs. She didn't know that we were even connected.
Yeah, it's like I was talking to like Jen, Dimitri's wife, and oh, you know her? I'm like, I've known her for like fucking more than a decade. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah,
we
work with them. Yeah,
like they've been over to our house like multiple times. It's just like why you show up and you think like everyone's just gonna bow down to your stupid ass. It's no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, and they're gone now. They
never come out anymore. And because they had a thing for a while.
They've been banned.
They've been kicked out of like a lot of places.
They get kicked out of restaurants.
And they'd always like
get kicked out of a restaurant.
And they'd always frame it like, oh, that somebody was like being prejudiced against. I'm like, no, you guys are just assholes.
Yeah.
I've never been kicked out of anywhere.
Yeah, they were getting kicked out of restaurants.
Okay, it's just kind of like, I've looked like this since the 80s, and I've never been kicked out of anywhere. So it's just kind of like, I'm like, I think you guys are just...
They posted a video one time, they were in a restaurant, and she's up there wearing next to nothing, all gothed out, doing stripper dances in the middle of the broad daylight, in the middle of the fucking, like...
They're like, we got kicked out, we have no idea why.
Yeah, you're not wearing anything, and you're fucking doing your pole dancing in the middle of the fucking restaurant. Get the fuck out of here, you crazy.
Come on, now.
Yeah, you're hot.
They just wanted to play the victim.
Yeah, you're hot, but that's totally inappropriate.
It's like, what are you doing?
Fucking crazy.
Are they just doing it for clicks or outrage, or I'm not really sure.
I think what it was...
There's a weird type of person that is like, I'm going to go into a place and be as obnoxious as possible and then whine when I get kicked out. Well, I'm being oppressed. Like, what the fuck?
I think she had histrionic personality disorder.
Oh, big time.
Where she wanted to be the center of attention. Everybody's trying to fuck her. And, oh my God, woe is me. I think that's what it was.
And she is hot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like she's some has-been or anything like... I mean, she's older.
Yeah, she doesn't look it, though.
She's had, like, 3 kids, but you would never know in a million years.
Tall, skinny, big
boobs.
boobs.
And she's like... So she wears, like, skimpy clothes, but she looks good.
Yeah.
She looks...
Still dance.
You know.
Still dances. Yeah, with her heels on. She wears stripper heels. Or she's probably 6 feet tall with her stripper heels on. Big boobs. Implants. Little waist.
She's a beautiful girl. She's really good.
And she was at a top name strip club.
So it's not like she's some has-been that's like just trying to like reclaim.
And she would post pictures of her when she was young stripping, and she was even cuter then. But no,
wow,
bitch crazy.
Jeez.
And I think what it was is the husband was just kind of going along with it because you would.
They've been married longer than we've been together.
They've been married a long time.
For like 20 years.
Like, okay, whatever. And
they had like 3 kids that were like teenagers.
She was...
It's insane.
I think what it was is that she was addicted to being in the center of attention, and she wanted to put on a show wherever she fucking went. So she'd go down to downtown Mount Dora, and go into one of the posh little restaurants, little boutique restaurants, and try to just become center of attention at the boutique restaurant, dressed up in goth clothes in the middle of the day. And the other women aren't going to put up with that shit. Not these fucking upper class fucking.
Well, I mean, why
overweight
would you?
women
it's
are not going to be putting up with that shit. They're going to be
well,
get that slut out of here.
It's not even just that. It's
Yeah.
like, why do you feel the need? That's just attention whoring.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to me, that's just like, how fucking insecure are you that you have to wear these little skimpy clothes in the middle of the fucking day in a fucking restaurant?
Yeah.
And then you have to like draw this attention
around mundanes.
Like, what is the matter with you?
Yeah, you're not in the club. You're
normal
around regular
people don't do that.
You're
kind of
around
shit.
families and shit.
I would never.
She was magnitudes more intense than Sonia. Magnitudes. magnitude of
Well,
intensity.
at least Sonia
knew
that there was a place and time.
that there was
Like,
was
she would do, you know...
She could dress day. She could do day dress.
She could, yeah. And she would just go out and she still looked gothy. But she didn't look, she wasn't like super slutty or like I look like a stripper walking around. She wasn't like trying to get attention like that.
Areolas popping up out of the top of her bra.
Right.
She wasn't doing that. Yeah.
That's why normal people don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to like make a video and get a bunch of clicks or something. Like, hey, look at me. Like, you know what I mean?
She would do that though.
Yeah, but she would do shit like that. Yeah. And like I don't, like I said, that whole thing, chicks that do that to me are just, I can't hang with chicks like that. It's just very fake. It's just very, I don't like attention whores, man. It's just, I really don't.
Grandpa's just saying, are normies more prejudiced against goths, or are goths more prejudiced against normies? Goths are probably more prejudiced against normies. Well, it's probably half and half. Probably whatever.
Honestly, I think what happened was that I think for so many years we were shit on by normies that we just got to a point where we're like, fuck all y'all. So now we're just like, I don't know if we're prejudiced necessarily, but it's just like if you see
we know what to expect.
If you see them come in, you're always kind of like, you always like rankle because you're always like, ooh, is this going to be trouble or are they going to cause trouble?
Here's another thing, Grandpa says.
And most of the time they do.
We have different expectations for different times. When we're walking around in the daytime, we're low key. You know, we do give off some goth vibes, but we're pretty low key. And people really don't notice us, I guess you could say.
I mean, they do, but they don't make a big deal.
And we don't really care about the normies. It's just regular people. We're with the civilians. When you're in a club, you're in a space that we now control because it's our event. Imagine you got a club that is a biker bar. There's fucking Harley Davidsons and Indians and fucking Triumphs all out in front of there.
And everybody knows that it's that.
And everybody knows it's a biker bar. And you show up just looking fucked up. You know what I mean? And you're not on a motorcycle and you're just, you know what I mean? You don't belong there. You know, it's
for
whatever reason. You're going to stick out. It's the same thing as a goth club.
Well, because they wonder why are you here?
Yeah, like, why are you here? Yeah.
Like, you must be here to cause trouble because otherwise, why would you be here?
Right. That's a good way to put it.
That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as pronounced at iBar because it was downtown and kind of everybody went there because it was, you know, walking. But when it's at Axe Trap, which doesn't have a lot of walk-in, doesn't have any walk-in because you have to go there deliberately, you have to drive to it. If you show up with the express purpose of let's go, that's why I don't know, that's why I get kind of the vibe off of a lot of the normies that go to mannequins, for sure. As soon as they walk in the door, you just feel this wave of let's fuck with the weirdos. Yeah. They have that. You can see it in their body language and their facial expressions.
I'm gonna make my mark here, fucking with these weirdos.
Yeah, you can see immediately.
Yeah, look at these crazy motherfuckers.
As they walk in,
because they have a bias.
As soon as they walk in,
some
and
of
you
them,
can tell they're gonna be trouble.
And it tends to be kind of like the jock boys, frat boy jock boys, and they're not the alphas. They're like the beta jock boys. They're not like Eric McCormick or anything. You know what I mean? These are the betas. They're like the overweight wannabes. Okay. They say, look at this, yeah. And they're just, which is funny because
the first thing they do is go up to the sex doll that's on the bar. Ooh, I'm gonna squeeze her titty.
Yeah, taking pictures and shit.
Wow, no one's ever done that before.
Stupid shit.
Taking a picture of that. Yeah. You're the first person to ever do that.
And then they're gonna go around and they're gonna ask fucking crazy questions and they're gonna try to take selfies and shit with people that have no business even asking for a selfie. Like, you show up and you're the bottom of the barrel from the point of view of these goth people. You're like, you should not. As soon as you come in the door, you're a cockroach.
Everyone's like, oh no.
Right. And he goes up to like the fucking highest status fucking goth chick there. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Just
stupid shit on my shoe, bitch.
Yeah, fuck out of here. You know, it's just stupid shit. You know?
So, if you want to call that prejudice, I guess it is. But like I said, it's from experience because
Yeah.
We've been doing this club shit a long time.
It's very predictable.
And you always know. They don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
As soon as they walk in the door, you can tell by their body language.
Of what the fuck's going on.
They're like, they're going to be trouble.
Yeah.
100% of the time,
here's
they
the thing.
are.
I'm not being fucking ethnocentric or anything, or fucking because some of these fucking beta jock boys that normally would be fucking causing huge trouble. Some of them are in the scene. Like Scott. Scott is not goth. But he knows everything about goth music. He knows everything about goth culture. All the shit about fucking...
Well, he grew up in it.
He grew up
going to punk rock clubs and shit like that. You wouldn't know because he looks normal.
But he is a jock boy. He would have been a jock boy, frat boy.
He went and saw Gigi Allen back in the day.
Yeah, but he would go to Gigi Allen. But you look at him, the way he dresses and the way he carries himself...
You would never know that.
He's a jock boy, frat boy type guy. But he's like a beta version of him. He'd be like bottom of the barrel. But he's rich. He's a successful businessman.
Yeah, he has quite a lot.
I like him. I like him. He's
slightly creepy.
Yeah, he is not a good dude.
No.
But I still like him because he's honest about what he is.
Everybody knows.
He's a fucking creep. All right, this dude's a fucking creep. He
doesn't hide it, at least.
I would never trust him around a 12 or a 13-year-old girl. This dude is a fucking creep. And he will tell you that he's a creep. Which at least he's giving you warning.
That's true.
He's a fucking creep. He's very intelligent. He's got a lot of money. But here's the thing about Scott. Scott being a creep, I think a lot of it is performative. I think a lot of it is him trying to be extremely edgy.
I don't think he's as creepy as he is.
I think he's magnifying his creepiness.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that creepy.
No, I don't think he is.
I still wouldn't trust him, but...
I wouldn't either. But, I mean, I've talked to him at great length and stuff like that.
He's intelligent.
He seems like at heart, he seems like a good dude.
He's a nice guy. He's intelligent.
Like you said, I think a lot of that is just kind of like his brand.
Yeah.
Maybe, if you want to put it that way.
And he owns a high-end bar in Sanford. He moved
also in downtown Sanford.
Called the Capitol Room.
The Capitol Room,
yeah. It's a nice place. And fucking me and Big Tom were there when he was building it. Fucking I was watching.
Yeah, I've been in there before he built it.
And he knows how to use the banking system. He's millions of dollars in debt. He'll never pay that back, but he'll make a lot of money in his lifetime through that. Because that's the game. That's the game. Because he's too old. He'll never be able to pay that $2 million back. But he'll never default on it. And that's the game. We've talked about it. I'm like, man, fucking... we've talked about opening up a business in my name because he knows how to do it. He knows all the people. And I got good credit.
Yeah.
I could do that same thing. But, man, I'm too white to fucking... I'm too white. And I have too much of a conscience.
Don't worry about it.
Of fucking opening up a fucking
multi-million-dollar
credit line.
Look, all these
and never paying it back. Oh, they never pay their shit back.
They never pay their shit back. They fuck over all of us losers at the bottom.
Yeah. They never pay it back.
So do it.
But he's got fucking...
They don't pay it back.
Every time I see him, he's in another car because he doesn't buy cars. He just rents them. He'll be in a fucking Ferrari or a Lambo or a fucking... Yeah, he has never been a Lambo. Mostly, he wants to buy a car, but he's mostly in leased cars, and they're like Jaguars. New Jaguar. What was it? Was that a Jaguar he was in the last time?
No, it wasn't a Jaguar.
That was a brand new Jaguar.
What the fuck was it? I can't remember now.
He'll be in these fucking luxury cars and shit. But, and he shows up with escorts, and he's just...
Not the last couple weeks.
No.
We always tease him because we get there kind of early. We get there kind of early, but he's usually there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like a few minutes before we get there. So we always tease him about, who's giving him a blowjob or something like that. But it's like the last couple weeks, like nobody's been in there.
And like
because he'll drink out in the car for a while before he goes in.
Yeah, and he's always worried because we're always he's always in danger of me and Jen stealing his escorts. Because fucking Jen will fucking...
He got mad about that.
Jen will grab his escorts and start making out with his escorts and shit like that.
He's a little bit mad.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck? I said, what you think? You don't think it's hot? He's getting all fucking...
I paid for that.
Just enjoy it. Yeah, just enjoy it, man. This is what? It's on your dime. That's on my dime. That's on. I'm paying for that.
I think that's why he was mad.
Yeah.
Because he was paying for her time. And
funny.
She wanted to go home with us.
Yeah, she wanted to go home with us.
She's cool though. I liked her.
Yeah, she's gone though.
He doesn't bring her anymore.
He doesn't bring her anymore. Well,
shit, left. Man. That one when Barbarella was at the pickleball place.
Yeah.
He brought that trans girl.
Yeah.
And she blew you in the bathroom, didn't she?
No, she was trying.
Or she tried.
She was trying. Yeah. She was trying.
She was trying to go home. She was trying to go home with us too.
Yeah, she tried to go home with us. She's like, and she's like, could you buy my contract out? I'll go home with you guys. And I says, how much your contract? She's it's $400. I was like, nah.
Damn.
Nah, $400. Nah.
I mean, I get it. I would charge that much too, at least.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of.
I was talking to her for a while, and I was just like, wait a minute.
She also kind of seemed like a nut.
Yeah, she's not.
I was talking to her for a long time, and all she was talking about was like doing witchcraft rituals to like kill people. And I was just kind of like.
After a while, I was like, this is not a biological female, I don't think. So
well, she wasn't.
Like
I said, you wouldn't know. Like,
I knew she was an escort, so I just went boom like that and went, and he just flew like that, and I was like, yep, okay.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's how I found out.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. You were standing right there.
No, it wasn't.
You were right there.
I didn't see that.
I was like, what is this? Yeah.
She was all right though. She was also.
She's all right.
She was kind of a nut.
Yeah,
I think he only brought her one time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what her name was. What was her name? Stacy? Shelley? So it started with an S? I don't remember. All I remember, we were, like I said, this was at the pickleball place. I remember I was at the bar getting another drink.
What was that chick's name?
And Tom runs up to me. He's like, that girl tried to blow me in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like Scott's escort. I was like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he told me like this whole story.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck happened? And he like told me what happened.
By the time that happened though, I knew it wasn't a girl. She was in the men's room.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. What was her name?
She was nice. She was just a little weird. Like I said, she was like, she kept talking to me about like witchcraft rituals.
Here's the thing,
though.
Here's the thing, though.
I was like, okay.
The bathrooms at that particular place were male and female, but it didn't matter. You'd have males or females in either one. Goths don't give a shit. They'll fucking go in there.
Look, if you gotta pee, you gotta pee.
Well, what's funny is that like good-looking dudes,
no one cares.
Good-looking goth dudes will go in the women's room because the girls there won't mind.
No one cares.
They don't give a shit.
Well, like I said,
they'll go in there.
Back in the 90s and stuff like that, I went
care.
to the castle. Yes, technically they have a male and female bathroom, but they would go in either one. No one gave a fuck.
Yeah, what was that chick's name?
No one gave a fuck.
Man, now you got me thinking about that. Not Samantha, was it?
It started with an S. I thought it was Shelley or Stacy or something.
Blonde.
I can't remember what her name was.
Looked female. We were talking to her for a while, and I was going, she said something sideways, and fucking that pervy motherfucker Scott was sitting there looking at me trying to figure out when he was seeing if I was figuring out that she was fucking trans, and he gave me the look, and I went, this chick is trans. And I went, hold on, like that, and fucking, I was like, oh, yep. And they started laughing.
Did a little crying game reveal there.
Yeah, crying game reveal, yeah. I was like, hold on. Nah, this is a dude.
But, like I said.
What was that?
I wasn't that worried about it. Like, I don't really
no.
care. But you know what I mean.
Then I went to the bathroom later on, and then she came in. And she was like, hey, I want to go with you guys. Buy out my contract. Fucking.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you came here with him. She goes, oh, no, just buy out my contract. I'll go home with you guys. And I got my shit in my hand. She's fucking trying to get us. Hold on. I'm trying to piss. She says, you want me to help you with that? And I was like, no, I'm all right. Like that. I'll hold it. I got it, though. I got it.
It's like, I've got hands. It's all right.
Yeah. And she was going, I love your wife. I'll go home with both you guys, man. We have so much fun. Just buy out my contract.
It probably would have been fun. She was a little bit.
She's like, I just buy out my contract. I said, what are we talking about here? And I think she said 400. I said, I don't have that kind of money.
That is a lot of
spent on you. What are you talking about?
Like I said, I understand. Like I would charge that much at least, so I get it. But I didn't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, even if we split it, that's still kind of high.
He sent me a picture of that bitch. I got it. It's on my other phone though. I can show it to him.
Grampter sent us a super chat.
What he's
learning about the Central Florida goth scene on a Friday night with y'all.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's wild, man. It's wild.
Goodness.
And this isn't even the swinger club.
Well, and it's like we don't even.
They're
think
trying to
about
get us to go to the swinger club all the time.
We don't even think about
fucking,
it. Really.
What's the name of the place? Fucking
Secrets.
Yeah, a lot of them go to Secrets. They're trying to get us. My ex-girlfriend's trying to get me to go. My ex-girlfriend's trying to get both of us to go to Secrets.
With her husband.
With her and her husband. Yeah. Mm. And they send me videos of the shit that they do over there, and then what they do in the parking lot, cutting videos and it's like a hotel and a resort. It's very high end.
It's kind of expensive though.
It's expensive, yeah. And all the porn stars are there. That's where they go to party. Because they can't go to normal clubs.
Well, yeah. Why?
Because people will bother them at the normal clubs, so they go to Secrets. And they'll party with you. I don't know if you have to pay them. You might, but I don't know if that would be illegal. But
technically,
that would be illegal. But that's where all the porn stars hang out.
I was thinking about today. I mean, I've thought about this before, but I was like, the weird thing about it is like they pay people to do porn.
Yeah.
And that's not illegal.
Yeah.
But paying people like for prostitution is illegal, even though it's kind of the same thing, except in porn you're just filming it.
Well, what happens is that some people are actually doing prostitution but recording it with their phone and calling it porn.
True.
That's another thing. And then they'll post it.
Well, shit, might as well like make money on both ends. I mean, you know.
Well, you have to hiring a performer for that is the same as hiring a hooker.
I don't begrudge anybody like trying
That's
to make
what they're
money,
doing. Yeah.
Baby, I just don't.
Yeah.
Like if that's what you got to do.
It's a gray line. That's what I was saying. I was just saying the porn stars might not only be partying there, they might actually be working there.
Well, yeah, if they can pick up some extra money, like why would you blame them?
Yeah, you know, fucking for a couple $100, we'll do a quick video here. You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. Like you know,
send me $100 and I'll fucking
it's
blow you.
Yeah.
Just make sure you record it. It's a video. I'll sign the release.
And then she can sell it later, and you can sell it, or whatever.
Yeah. Or he can sell it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you might have to sign some kind of thing that you can both sell it.
Well, they have online forms through your phone now, real quickly, to do it, so you can sign the release. Yeah. And that proves that you actually performed in a video, so therefore it was not prostitution.
Yeah, because like I said,
right.
I will say there's one thing for the main porn sites and like porn live streaming sites and stuff. They are very diligent about
because we've been doing it, yeah.
Yeah, because we did it before, and it's it's a pain in the ass. But I understand why they do it. They don't want to get their ass in trouble. That's like their whole.
They want to know who
model.
it is and how old you are.
Yeah, like they really, really, really are very diligent about it. Everybody being consenting and everyone being over 18 and shit like that.
Anybody
like you have to jump through a bunch of hoops to do that.
Anybody in that film who is shown in that film in any way, even if it's just voice, you have to have a consent form for him.
Yeah, I put one up one time that didn't even have him in it.
I just said something.
But he just said something.
Off camera.
Camera. Yeah. And they're like, no, you can't you have to cut that out.
You have to cut that out, right. Because we don't know who
he wasn't even in the shot.
Nope. They just heard
his
me.
Voice.
They just heard her they heard me direct her slightly.
Yeah, say something to me.
I said something to her,
and that was it. So I had to cut that part out for me to put it up. But yeah, so they're really, really very strict about that. Zach says make money on or with both ends. Yeah. I mean, it could happen all.
You'd like that place, Zach, because they got the gay performers there too. They do. It's like a normal nightclub, but it's also a resort. There's pools there and
it's a hotel. There's a pool. There's a nightclub on site.
Yeah.
I've just seen pictures. I've never been there, but it's and I've heard about it.
Yeah, and the rooms are all themed, and they have regular civilians of all descriptions. You have to be a member to get in there, and there's a membership. It's not open to the public.
Yeah, it's like
there's memberships. You got to be in there.
Recurring fee that you pay, like
and then
subscription or something.
And porn stars are some of the members, and they're there. And my understanding, it's male and female porn stars from the straight film scene and gay scene. They're there too, but I don't know if they're there at the same time. I think they might have gay nights
there at that place.
They probably do.
Or it's probably, but the thing is knowing most of those places, it's kind of like pansexual. Everybody's there. They're just fucking partying. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, I would imagine it was just kind of like anything goes type of situation. That's the impression that I got.
Nobody cares if some gay dudes are blowing each other over there. They're not in a place like that.
I mean, it might be fun to go one of these days, but like I said, it's kind of pricey.
The membership.
That's what I mean.
And it's very upscale. And the people are good looking. The dudes are fucking jacked. And because a lot of them are from the porn scene. And even the ones that aren't fucking professionals, you got to look pretty good if you want to hang out in there. They don't really have losers in there. I mean, you would think like, oh, it's going to be some scuzzy, overweight dudes. No, from the photographs and the videos that I've seen,
they seem pretty good about keeping that.
Yeah.
They actually, I think they have rules about if you're just a single dude.
I don't think you can go in there.
I don't think you can go in there. For obvious reasons.
No, it's wild women from their 20s up into their fucking 40s and 50s.
Single women or couples.
And couples, and they all look high end. I didn't see any like duds. Everybody's like fucking okay, yeah. Everybody looks like somebody that could be in an erotic video. Yeah, so it's not.
It's not like what you'd see on some like nude beach in Florida where everyone's just kind of old.
Yeah, old dudes. Flabby. No. Yeah, no.
Or at the villages.
No.
Perhaps. Zach says you don't have to name names, but what's the biggest dramas that went down in y'all's local scene?
Oh, fucking Andy and I can handle it. Andy and her ex.
Yeah.
That one was fucking pretty. That went on a couple times.
And that was really, I think, we keep bringing that up because that was like the most egregious. There's really not, I know there's kind of a thing where goths, drama and all this other kind of stuff, but not really. It's not really that bad. Like, yeah, everybody knows everybody, so everybody knows everybody's business to an extent. But they're not real, drama prone, I guess. Or if they are, like, they don't really want to bring it to the club. Everybody just wants to the club and have a good time and dance and shit. Like, you might find out about it later, or there might be a little bit of a tussle or something like that. I think the worst shit that happens is, I don't know, man, like, not much. But that was the worst shit. And that was a while back. I hadn't even seen him around in a long time. He's older than we are. And he's not really a goth, he's an old punk rock dude. And he was dating this girl, who's awesome, by the way, for a long time. And they broke up. This was years and years ago. Well, they would break up and get back together and break up. It was very volatile. And he was a real mean drunk. So he would get drunk and he would get kicked out of play. He got kicked out of iBar a few times. He was banned from there for a while. She would sometimes come on her own, but he would get butthurt about that. And they were together a long time, and then at long last she was like, fuck this, I can't really take it anymore, so she took off, and he just could not get over it. So for a long time, I don't think he doesn't do this anymore, but for a long time he would post shit about her on social media. Horrible shit. Like I said, if anybody said shit like that about me on social media, like somebody I dated or something like that, I would legit have you killed. Holy crap.
Yeah. Okay, look. That's secrets. That's what it looks like. Hold on, wait.
What are you doing?
That's what it looks like. That's the outside. That's that resort.
Boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think too. It's like that's just what they're showing you in the promotional material.
Yeah, that's during the day outside. Yeah. So but that's like, the resort.
There might be some like dumpy losers there, like other times that they just didn't film.
Everything I've seen from what they've sent me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We're just saying the curated version.
Yeah.
Is all. Burly Kev gave us a super chat. Says, sup Tom and Jet. Not a lot, but thank you very much for the super chat.
That's what it looks like. They have some see what the inside looks like.
Granther says, question, do people who make homemade porn ever go back and watch asking for a friend?
No.
I don't know. I watch ours sometimes.
Do you?
Every now and then.
Very rarely.
if I remember it, because like I have a in our Dropbox I have like a huge folder of stuff like pictures and videos and stuff, and like every now and then if I'm looking for something else I'll pop over there and be like, oh yeah, that was fun when we did that, we should do that again, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, I don't know, I kind of feel like most of the time when you film it, is it for your own edification or is it to share with other people, or I'm not really sure.
What are you talking about?
Filming yourself, like when we filmed our own, when we filmed ourselves, we were selling it.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, it wasn't so much for us, it was just for other,
some of it was private contracts,
people.
Yeah,
and some of it was people that like paid for a particular thing, so we did that. But I still have all the shit somewhere, but it's just kind of like, we didn't really.
That shit is not free money like people thinks it is. You got to promote that and sell that like anything else.
Well, it's just a job.
And you're
like anything
constantly
else
plugging that shit away.
Because there's so much competition out there. Like I said, it's so much easier to get your shit out there. But the flip side of that is that it's easy for everyone else to get their shit out there too. So it's like much easier to like.
The competition's heavy. Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to make money.
That's the nightclub. Hold on. Man, it's hard to fucking control this stupid shit. I'm trying to see what the night... Where'd it go?
Grandpa said, do y'all get residuals from being content makers?
Yeah, when somebody buys a video. The thing is you got to constantly plug them.
Yeah.
If you don't plug them, then the shit goes dead.
We do, but it's like we don't have that much shit up there.
And there's not enough time.
I'm not really promoting it.
Yeah, we make money from other stuff recently, so,
I still make money from books that I wrote and shit like that, but it's just kind of like...
We were doing that during a time when Jen was in between jobs.
Yeah. We did have a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to do.
And it's always something you can go back on. And really, as long as you look good, if you look good when you're older, you'll actually make a lot of money. Because that's a niche.
That's a niche, yeah.
If you're 50 plus in the elite category, you'll make a lot of money. Because most people in the 50 plus category, they're out of the game. They can't sell that shit. But some of the best female performers over 50, they're fucking fantastic. Go look at what's a good example of somebody over 50. They got some over 70s that fucking look pretty good for their age.
Yeah,
when you
like
think
I said,
about
it's a smaller niche because a lot of people aren't going to be looking for that. But the thing about it is that if you have a specialty like that, it's probably more likely that people are going to find you. You might not. You're not going to get rich off it.
Right.
But it's probably better. Honestly, I kind of feel like it's better to do like a niche thing than just do like hot 20s because there's so much competition. There's no way to stand out. You really need some kind of niche. So if you're older, like there's dudes that are into that too, so it's just like lean into it. Just like lean into whatever, because you're not gonna stand out just being like generic hot young woman. There's a bajillion of those. It's a saturated market. Not saying you can't make any money, but you're not going to make enough to live on. I can pretty much guarantee it, unless you're like top tier. You know?
Right now,
I made enough to live on for like a couple of months, but then I got another job. You know what I mean?
That's Ryan Connor. That's an over 50 elite model. She's one of the top ones. Okay, that woman looks amazing for over 50, and her fans are guys in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, because like I said, some dudes do like that. So like I said, just play into that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're older, just play into that. Don't try to look younger. Don't try to... I mean, look good, obviously.
You have to look good, but they don't... these are young guys.
But they're not looking for...
They're not looking for a young woman. They're looking for
19-year-old.
For a hot, older woman.
They're looking for an older woman.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just lean into that.
Yeah. And it tends to be with the hot, older women, they like thick. Big ass, big legs, big boobs, narrow, skinny waist. That's what they're looking for, and at least a youthful face. A lot of times a facelift. That's all it requires. And those dudes, those chicks do very well, because the girl I just showed you, Ryan, she would be at the elite level. Less than 1% of the women in her age group look like that. That means elite. And guys will buy that. And if you looked at raw dollars, she's probably making more than a girl in her 20s. Because
it's just harder to stand
it's
out.
harder for that.
There's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those.
So it's easy to be hot when you're 20.
Yeah. So that 20-year-old girl has a lot of competition in her age group and in her genre. So she's probably not going to be noticed. Ryan Connor will be noticed. She's in her 50s. There's like 6 of those at that level. You know what I mean? So they're kind
in
of
a way, it's kind of an advantage.
Yeah, right.
Because the older you get, like the less women there are that look okay.
Yeah. And then there's Sally D'Angelo, who's like 74. Let me see.
I gotta pee. Then I gotta go get another drink. Ooh. It's Friday night, baby.
There you go. I think she's like 73 or 74. She's like the only one like that. She does well, man. Okay. Shit. And that's a old lady fantasy. And she's like a wicked witch. She does all kinds of fucking crazy scenes and shit. Yeah. All right. A 20-something-year-old woman's not going to offer a look like that. All right. And she's probably less than 1%. Less than 1% of the fucking human population looks like that in their 70s. So that's worth money. I was looking at my physical statistics at my age, man, fucking asking Grok how I compared and to the human population. I was in the elite categories for my age, weight, fucking body mass, you know, my fat fucking content. I'm at about fucking 12% body fat at my age, and my weight, height, and how much I could lift. And I was less than 1% of the population. Especially because you start factoring in India and China in, those motherfuckers are low protein motherfuckers. Those guys are not in very good physical health when it comes to lifting weight. They're not very muscular because they have very low protein diets. You know, they don't work out. Poverty.
Burly Cab says, I don't think AI will kill porn, because people will always want to see real people fucking, but AI will definitely cut a chunk out of traditional porn. Probably so. I think it'll probably just be like anything else. Like, I think a lot of people, like a lot of the mainstream people that are just like watching porn, are like, hey, I'm gonna jerk off real quick or whatever. I think AI will be fine for them because they don't care one way or the other. But I think there will always be porn aficionados, like Tom over here, that would probably prefer to see real people. Although I don't think you care one way or the other if it's AI or if it's regular people. Do you?
I like art, and I like erotic art.
Yeah.
There's I've seen AI art that shows up that it looks good, but you know it's not real.
Right.
But that's kind of what it's offering. Kind of like animation.
Right.
You know,
yeah, because a lot of people watch animated porn.
Yeah, you're right.
Which
They're
you could argue,
animated.
I mean, obviously it's not AI, but it's not real
thing.
people, so it's kind of the same thing.
Well, I'm like a lot of other guys who were growing up fucking as kids in the 70s. You had Heavy Metal Magazine, Frank Frazetta fucking pictures and shit like that, where there was a lot of animated nudity and sexual
cartoons
shit.
or comic books.
It was hot, yeah. It didn't have to be a picture of a real woman. It could be a representation of a woman. Yeah. It was still hot. Same way, like women.
So it's not that really.
Yeah, it's just the same way women will fucking rub one out to a fucking book. There's no man there. It's a mental representation of the man. They're reading about it. Mm-hmm. Guys are just more visual.
Just in your imagination.
Yeah, guys need a more visual prompt. There's no woman there. It's a representation of a woman's fantasy. because the human mind
it's
is
kind
powerful.
of the same thing. We're just coming at it
Coming
from
from
a
different
different.
angle.
Like I said, I think a lot of women, like I said, not all women, obviously, but a lot of women prefer written erotica because you can conjure up your own scenario.
Yeah.
It's giving you the prompt, like we're telling you about it, but you're
Yeah.
kind of coming up with what do these people look like what's the situation look like, shit like that. Whereas I think dudes are a lot more visual. They like to see visual things in front of their face.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I
we're
don't
programmed for that.
Which, like I said, I don't mind that. But it's just that a lot of times, depending on what it is, some porn to me seems a little bit, like I said, clinical, or just too much focused on like one body part, or is like, who is that? You know,
Yeah.
what's the situation? What's going on here? Who are these people? What's the
Men will
relationship?
fetishize a body part.
Yeah, like women don't do that as
Yeah.
much. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying it's not as common. So we usually like to have a context.
Yeah.
It's a lot hotter if there's like a context.
I remember
Who
one
are
time
these people? What's the relationship?
Remember one time back in the 90s, I got out of the army and I was in one of these fucking English pubs down fucking... It wasn't Harvard Square. I forgot what square it was, but it was in Boston. I think it was somewhere in Somerville. No, wasn't it? Davis. I was in Davis Square. And had these girls from Tufts University in there talking tough. I was fucking a veteran of the Boston for several years in the fucking fetish and goth scene by this time. These are freshman girls, you know what I mean? Fucking showing up to Tufts. And girl was all indignant. Oh, guys are so fucking horny and out of control. They don't even need a real woman. They'll jerk off to a cartoon of a girl.
I mean, that is true.
And I said, yeah, but women are so horny that they'll just jerk off to a fucking story they're reading in a romance novel about a dude. And I said, they don't even need to see anything. That's how primitive they are. And they just started laughing because they realized that, yeah, we do the same thing. It's just a different, it's a different mechanism.
We don't have to see it. We just,
they're imagining
we
it.
like to imagine it.
Yeah, well, the dude's imagine it because he sees it. The
Right.
woman's imagining it because she's reading
Because we can personalize it.
Yeah, well, we're personalizing it too, but you see, men of all species are pretty much of all animal species are very visual. Female mate selection is based upon how they look because that's an indicator of health. The only females that do that in the animal kingdom really looks like birds. Female birds will select a male based on how pretty his feathers are, so it's almost kind of like reversed.
Or what good of a bower he can build.
Yeah, but the pretty feathers are expensive.
Yeah.
Biologically, and it's a risk to his life because he's attracting attention. So therefore, he must have
Right.
pretty good genes.
Yeah.
He
hasn't been eaten.
Female birds seem to be pretty visual. Female deer seem to be and herd animals seem to be pretty visual because they select males by how big those fucking horns are. And those horns are actually an attention-attracting fucking mechanism that is expensive biologically for that deer to grow.
Sexual selection is a fascinating
Yeah, well, usually
topic,
what wins...
actually. I've read like several books about it. It's like really interesting.
A lot of times what wins is not efficiency. It's
No.
fucking overdoing it. It's abundance.
Well,
So,
because it goes to show that it's like I have
if he's built like
extra
that,
resources.
extra resources.
And
Right.
if you're a prey animal, then it's
Right.
like I'm not even worried
Yeah.
that I'm gonna stand out like to
Right.
predators.
Right.
I have this shit anyway, and I'm still here, bitch.
It goes back to like that movie we watched the other day. That they need to fucking do that movie. Fucking touch up Quest for Fire. Fucking the Neanderthal type cavemen are running around. They
Yeah,
meet
we
Ray, they
rewatched
meet
Quest for Fire the
this
other
little homo sapien chick. Ray Dong Chong is playing her, and
Ray
she's
Dong
this
Chong,
cute little skinny chick. She takes them back to her camp. Well, they get caught up in her camp, and they use them as breeding stock because they like how they say these dudes are macho.
They just think they're the funniest shit ever.
They think they're
just,
funny,
like,
but
point and laugh. And
but they
shit.
liked their teeth and how big they were, so they breed them to their best women.
Yeah.
And their best women are the big old fatties. And little skinny Ray is already in love with one of them, and she's going, oh, they're breeding my boyfriend. You know what I mean? Fucking, and she was low status in where she came from
Because she was
skinny.
skinny.
And what was high status was big old fat, because that's because that's a sign of abundant health, more food that they could even eat. So
Sure.
no starvation at all. Fat.
I mean, it makes complete sense.
Yeah, the Pacific Islands are like that, man. Fucking all my fucking Samoan and Micronesian guys that I fucking and Hawaiians slightly that I served with in the army, they all like fat girls. And fuck, we be in the club together. This is, man, when you gonna chase after these girls? This, oh no, these two girls are too skinny. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He goes, I like fat girls. You like fat girls? I'm Samoan. Of course, I like fat girls. I'm Samoan.
I've known a lot of guys that like fat girls.
Yeah, Samoans and cowboys like fat girls.
They like fat girls.
Yeah.
Which, hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Lionesses are visual too. Yeah. Grunter says, my wife reads sci-fi ribald books. Crazy how much someone can make writing stories about a Jedi Knight and his big saber. Yeah, I will note that I think, I'm not entirely sure about this, but of all of the books sold on Amazon, and probably ebooks, a large percentage of that is erotica, and the vast majority of that is purchased by women. Women love written erotica. And I was doing a deep dive the other day about like what are the trending topic, like subgenres. Because I knew that, like, you know, beast porn was real big, like werewolves and shit like that. I know women love that shit. So I was like, well, what's the biggest thing selling right now? Apparently, the thing that's selling biggest right now, and this is kind of fucked up, and I'm saying this as a true crime girly, the biggest thing that's selling right now is serial killer shit. Like women that, they're erotic stories about women into serial killers who kind of like bring them into their world and they do serial killing together. That's apparently like a really big thing right now. Which I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like I said, look, I love true crime. I do. I don't eroticize it though. I get why you might. But I'm just kind of like, I've read and talked about too many true crime cases where I'm just really uncomfortable. I'm really uncomfortable with that thing. But like I said, that's the thing. I kind of feel like the uncomfortableness is what makes it erotic for some people. So I'm not going to judge. It's just a story. Like nothing bad is really happening. But apparently that's a big thing right now. Is serial killer shit and stalker shit. Like that's apparently the biggest selling erotica at the moment. At least on Amazon. Is serial killer shit and stalker shit. Like a dude that's like stalking you and then, you know.
What, that's for erotica?
Yeah.
Stalker erotica?
And serial killer shit. Serial killer erotica.
Women will kind of eroticize and fantasize about danger, but you have to understand it's because they're trying to negotiate with fears. And they're trying to control fears.
It's not that
they don't actually want it.
Yeah. A lot of women have rape fantasies.
Yeah.
That's a very common. It's not that women actually want that to happen. It's just that I kind of feel like people eroticize shit that they're afraid of or they don't want to happen as a way to gain power over it, I guess.
I've heard a couple different explanations.
I mean, there's probably... I have that kind of shit too, but it's just kind of like...
One of the explanations that I heard about it goes back so far in time that we're talking. You're not even. It's something that's kind of inherited from the animal kingdom. Other animals may have it. When you're in social animals like lions and fucking packs of dogs, the females are kind of like the center of the pack. They're kind of like the civilization of the pack. The males come in and drive other males out and take over. And then they hang out with these females and get them pregnant. And they protect them to keep the other males out. But when that group of males starts getting weak from age, a new group of males drives them out, and it's constantly replaced. And it's a way of making sure that the best male genes are getting passed on to the females. That was, and this is happening with lions, it's happening with fucking certain dog packs, and evidently it happened with proto-humans and hominids and humans. And human female women in the modern era might see it in a situation like this. You're in a village. The guys in your village that you grew up with are okay. But they're not all that. And you're kind of a young woman and you're kind of wishing for more than what it is that you see. One day, a new group of males come in, and you know what? They're richer, they're better, they're hotter, and they're stronger. They got horses and better women, and they come from far away. They're exotic, foreign dudes. And they come in and they drive your men away. And you adopt one of these new men. That's what they call an invasion. That's what it happens when a town gets invaded. But many women are kind of built on that. And I've been the foreign guy before, but it was more positive than that. But when you're dealing with women who are kind of feral, because this is thousands of years ago, and maybe the dudes that they're growing up with are kind of shitheads, a new dude coming in on a horse and
Maybe
better
this
equipment,
dude will be less of a shit.
he might be better. He actually, well, here's the thing. If he defeats your men and drives them out, he's superior. He may come from a superior civilization or superior culture.
Maybe he's got better shit.
If you're a Germanic woman in fucking 200 BC and a bunch of dudes from a civilization called Rome come in and drive your non-bathing fucking stinky ass men out and they take you as their bride, shit, these motherfuckers shave. They even bathe. They can read and write.
It's like, this is a slight step up.
This is a move up. This is a move up.
I mean, it's still not good, but it's better.
Well, to a young woman, it might be seen as a move up. Because this is what happens. A lot of times when the Romans did that, the dude that you ended up with wasn't the dude that killed off the men in your family. You were kind of sold off. And dudes would fucking, who had money, who were even higher aspect, higher rank than him, came and said, I'm gonna save you from this. I don't like you see you auctioned off on this slave block. I'm gonna protect you. You're coming with me into my house.
But you have to do everything I say. Though.
You're good. Well, the thing is, though, is that you came from a mud hut.
True.
Living with animals, and now you're in an upscale apartment in downtown Rome.
Like I said, it was like you were in a shit situation.
Yeah, and they're like, and you see, this is okay. This is okay. This is a move up.
Better than what I came
This
from.
food's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was very basic back then, and very.
I mean, you just had to like deal with the hands.
It was
you were
very
given.
material and basic, and
yeah,
and it was like that. So you're like, okay, I'm in a better situation now. Those dudes, fuck them dudes. That's happening today with wars. It just doesn't, it's not quite as brutal. Japan got the fucking shit bombed out of it. You look at them now, man, they got Christmas. A white dude can go down there and get a girlfriend easy. You know what I mean? Because they won. So the men were kind of demoralized. Their men might have been demoralized by that. But fucking, they kind of see that, if you look at them, they're all very much aspiring to be as Western as possible. Women tend to choose the winners, not the losers. And it's not only human women, it's women of all species. You know, fucking, the female lion will choose the new male lion that defeated the other male lions. It's a Conan world.
Gramther says, when I was talking about the erotica that was trending at the moment,
yeah,
he says, most serial killers are semi-retarded, cruel and violent. Not sure why anyone would romanticize that. That's why I was wondering about it, because I was kind of curious, because I have written some erotica in my day, and I was curious as to what the trending topics were lately. And I was shocked that that was like the top, because I was used to like the werewolf shit. Like, I get that. That's hot. I get it. But the serial killer stalker thing, I was like, that was kind of new. And I was just kind of like, really? And so I was kind of like doing a deep dive on it. I was like, this is kind of weird. I'm like, I'm kind of uncomfortable about it because I've talked about a lot of serial killers. I've written about a lot of serial killers. I'm like, there's nothing hot or sexy about that. It's like just gross. So it's just kind of like I get it. I get it, but I don't. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's like, to me, it's like not sexy.
What was it again?
The serial killer stalker thing. That's like the main erotica thing at the moment. I think the werewolf thing is still second.
Yeah. Women seem to like the idea of defeating a
fear.
Aggressive male and getting control over the situation. And one way you might do that is, this dude's fucking dangerous, but I like him. He's kind of hot, and now he loves me. I fixed it.
Yeah. Well, we did a show about women that fall in love with serial killers, because that's a whole thing, which I don't get it, but okay, I get that.
Trying to negotiate a fear.
I kind of
conquer a fear.
I feel like that. I know where they're coming from. I do not find serial killers. I find them fascinating from a psychological point of view. I do not find them sexy in any stretch of the imagination. It's just fucking gross. I think they're repellent. But I get that. I mean, because there's a whole thing in erotica where shit that you find kind of borderline repellent is also kind of hot at the same time. So I guess they're coming at it from that point of view. Because like I said, a lot of women have rape fantasies. They don't want to be raped in real life, obviously, because that would be horrible. But it's just like, one, you're afraid of it. So you're trying to like conquer that fear by like sexualizing it. But there's also something kind of hot about, well, I was made to do this thing and I didn't want to do this thing, but they made me do it. So you did it and you kind of wanted to do it, but you still have plausible deniability. So there's that also. So I get that.
Let me talk to Joe Santa. Joe Santa says lionesses are visual too. Yeah, they are. Women are visual. If I could take it from me, I started getting jacked. Once I started getting jacked, I had a lot of action before, but a lot of it had to do with just the way I carried myself, dancing, and what I was wearing. But when I got jacked, when I got older, it kind of mitigated my age. Fucking, it was just, if you get older, you want to get jacked. But look, let me tell you, they are visual. But in the world of women, having a good visual aesthetic is not the end all be all. That just gets your foot in the door. That's all it is. That doesn't seal the deal. You got a lot of dudes who go to gyms and get big. They can't get women. A woman might look at them, but the thing is that dude is not attractive, and it's because women are more complicated than just the visual aspects. And if you look at it from their point of view, if you looked at their mating strategy, it starts to make a lot of sense. When they're real young, it's more visual, but when they get older, there's other stuff like, well, is he going to be a good boyfriend? Are my friends going to like him? Can he hold a conversation? What does he dress like?
Can I trust him?
Can I trust this dude? Is he cultured? Shit like that, you know what I mean? Fucking,
is he gonna fuck me over?
What's he like in bed?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of different shit. Is he a cool dude or not? I like gym bro culture. I fucking will listen to a lot of the videos that these guys are making, but it's mostly just about, working out, the effectiveness of it, fucking hormones, fucking steroids. I like all this shit, the history of it, going back to the 30s and 20s. I'm into that. But a lot of dudes that get involved in gym bro culture are compensating for other weaknesses.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is why women are wary.
Yeah.
Of it.
They started off in a bad position and they used that as a way to get attention. And they may have not had a good foundation to start with, because they didn't have very good experiences with women, or they didn't have a very good personality to begin with, or the motherfucker might not even be packing. He might have a little dick. You don't fucking know. So he tries to compensate in other ways. And
not to say that you having a little dick is a fucking death sentence. They got dudes with little dicks that can fucking probably do pretty well, because a lot of it has to do with just the way you are and your mentality.
Your whole vibe, man.
The whole vibe. Some guys in the some gym bros had problems. You know what I mean? Guys that are secure and happy and doing well tend not to end up in gyms because they feel like they don't need to. Dudes that are fighting professionals, they'll go. You know, soldier type guys, they'll do a little bit of it. I went because I watched my dad almost die. And I said, I got to get in good shape. That's the only reason why I started. My dad had a fucking heart bypass, and I said, all this shit's preventable. So I did it for health and aging. Because, you know, my dad
you didn't want to end up like that.
I didn't want to end up like that.
I saw it. I saw it happen.
She saw it happen. Then once I started doing it, I started getting into it. Because it's just like being back in the military, making progress and training and getting bigger. And like, oh, this feels so good. And I loved taking testosterone and doing anabolic steroids. It feels good. You know, they're some of the best recreational drugs you'll ever fucking take because they make you stronger and they make you feel better. You don't feel like an old man. You're fucking now getting physically progressing. You're kind of growing younger. You know, you might even fucking add years to you. You abuse it, it might take years off of you. But I don't care. You know, I lived a good life already. Me and Jen are going to do this shit until we die. Fucking, it's fun. But I'm very reasonable. I know what I'm doing. I study it all the time.
Yeah, it's just that women, especially old bat women like my age, we're not as visual as dudes. I think that the reason women like dudes that are not necessarily jacked, but like that look like they're fit, is because effort. Effort is a big thing for women,
and they care.
Because a lot of dudes don't care. They just
they'll
go out looking like a slob. They don't have their hair cut professionally. Yeah. They just look all fat and dumpy. They don't wear good clothes. They're not clean. It's just kind of like women don't like dudes that are just low effort expect.
Here's a callback to what we said earlier. Deer with big fucking antlers, that's an expensive feature that's fucking high visibility. Muscle the same way. It's a display. It's a display of health and opulence. That motherfucker went extra. You know what I mean? It's a display. It's an expensive display. And most women respond to it.
Well, and I think that a lot of women...
Jen doesn't respond to it that much. She's a brainiac.
No, I don't care.
And the way she grew up, she was what you would call like a low-effort female when it comes to the fucking physical aspects of things. She was very much into books and reading and horror and watching movie and fantasies.
I'm a nerdy girl.
She was kind of nerdy.
I'm still a nerdy girl.
I got her into the physical aspects. She realized that there's reaping rewards. Now she's got women going, God damn, you know. I'm gonna fuck this. She's got hot women wanting to fuck her at the club because of her legs. She's got fantastic legs. Okay. That she built recently. We haven't made a video of them yet, so they haven't been unveiled. She's got fucking big, strong legs and fucking her booty. It's getting nice. Now, a lot of women aren't like Jen. Jen's an unusual woman in a lot of different ways. That's why I ended up with her. She's not really the normal thing. Most women are superficial. Very basic. She said old ladies don't care about visual. No, not true. Old ladies fucking cream all over me.
I think that's just... They don't give a crap anymore.
They don't give a shit. And fucking... I go into the biker bar and have women at 70 go, woo! They're worse than dudes looking at women with big shit. I know. Damn,
that
boy.
Type of woman.
Damn, boy. Come here. Damn, boy. And they're like, you know, how you doing, baby? And they're like, you know, and they're in their 670s, you know.
Yeah.
Because they don't give a shit. So, no,
they're probably repressed all their lives. And they're
those are old biker sluts, man. Hell yeah.
Well, like I said, the best thing about getting older is you don't really give a shit anymore. But like I said, I think women in general are not as visually focused as dudes are. They're more holistically focused. So like a dude that doesn't look like Adonis, but is like super cool, super funny, like super like has a really good personality, something like that, that dude's gonna be like a lot hotter than a dude that's super jacked and is a douche.
Okay, look, I'm gonna say this in man speak. No, women are very visual, but the thing is, though, is they're not as uniform as guys are. They have, like for instance, we talked about it earlier. Young goth females have a thing for skinny, waifish, tall, gothic style dudes.
I mean, I like that too.
That's their version.
And I'm old.
That's their version of a big titty bimbo with the fake lips and all that shit. That a lot of fucking like.
But if that dude was a douche, it would also be.
If he was a douche, it wouldn't work.
No.
But as long as he's an okay guy, he would do very well with that build.
Goth chicks love that shit.
They love that particular build.
I love that shit.
That build wouldn't do too well, say, with the girls that are athletes and like football type players. They would think that was cute, but they wouldn't go for that. He's weak. You know, I'm a fucking swimmer. I don't need to go with those weak guys. You know, they would be like that.
Which fair enough.
Women do respond to visual stuff.
Well,
it's just
also,
that their cues are different.
Just like everyone else, they tend to stay within their own...
Within their game.
Their whole thing. Like I said, we're in the goth scene, so it's just kind of like...
A lot of black girls like thuggish dudes that look like some off of rap albums with fucking plaits and shit and fucking golds in their mouth. They like that. That's what they like.
Which, like I said, that's their thing.
That's their thing. That little skinny goth dude, they wouldn't even look twice at that dude. They wouldn't even know what that white girl was talking about.
But most goth girls would be like...
Yeah. Right. Right.
You know, they're going to look. I would much rather... I would probably more look at that. I mean, I'm old. Probably more when I was younger. But it's like, I would look at that more than I would like some...
Yeah.
Then dude.
If you're a white dude and you look like fucking Conan the Barbarian and you walk into a fucking biker bar, you're going to run that bitch. That's what's good. And not only are the women going to like you, the dudes are going to be wanting to hang out with you. Yeah, man, yeah, what kind of bike you got? You know, just be that. You know. Actually, after getting jacked, my best responses numerically and really from dudes. You get a lot more respect from guys.
Well, it's just kind of like when
a lot
you
more
have
guys
like
want to hang out with you.
Cool car.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's like, cool, man, you looking great, man.
You get more comments about your cool car from dudes.
Yeah, your cool car.
Than you from women, because women don't give a shit.
Right. And you get a lot more... The politics... I would get jacked, even if women didn't like it, I would get jacked because of the politics with dudes. Because it's so much easier. Well, that's
the reason you should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it for you, not for other people.
Yeah, I really don't give a shit about what women think about it. But I get positive responses from them too. But I'm just saying that the biggest impact, and I think other guys will tell you that who get jacked, is that the biggest impact from other guys. Other guys immediately believe what you say. They want to hear what you have to say, and what you say that has more weight now. Your opinions. It's just they just look at you totally. You're more competent now.
Every dude.
Another thing is, if something goes wrong, you can take charge.
Every dude.
And the other dudes are like, yeah, okay, yeah, dude, he said.
Every dude that I've ever known or heard of that got jacked said the exact same thing. Yeah. It's like I started doing it because I thought I would get girls, but it's like 99.99% of the interactions, like positive interactions, are from other dudes.
Yeah, it's so much easier to deal with guys.
Like I said, same thing that happens when you get a hot car.
Yeah.
They think it's going to help them get girls.
No. Other dudes are going to be like, man, it's a badass car.
Other dudes love the car.
Yeah, girls wish I had that car.
Girls don't give a shit about your car.
Yeah, that guys don't care about it.
99.9% of girls do not give a shit about your car.
Yeah.
I don't even notice cars, to be honest with you. And most women do not. So it's just kind of like, if you want a cool car, get one. But get it for yourself.
Yeah.
Or get it for other men, because that's who's going to notice. Women are not going to notice, because we do not care. But it's just, you know what I mean? Y'all care. We don't care. But it's just kind of like, why women like dudes that are like fit, not necessarily jacked. Because that shows effort. Like I said, a lot of dudes do not even bother to like make an effort.
But I will also argue
to do anything.
I will also offer that fucking tall, skinny goth dude put a lot of effort into staying skinny.
That's what
it's just effort.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a look.
It's just that it doesn't matter if it's working out or if it's just like dressing or doing or doing like a cool outfit or something like that. You made an effort.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dudes sadly,
do
not make an effort to do anything.
Low effort. Well,
they just lay around on the couch and play video games and jerk off to porn.
Yeah.
It's like they don't dress up. They don't make an effort to do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, women like if you make an effort to do something. Anything.
It's funny because I was at the Oasis fucking hanging out with a dude named Chris who's got this badass fucking Triumph fucking Rocket 3, one of the newer ones. Or it's just fucking hot fucking power cruiser, fast as fuck. And he's a big dude and he fucking lifts and he's on gear too. And fucking we were just talking about taking testosterone, fucking working out, and fucking I was bragging about my fucking calves and shit. You know, showing up. He's like, yeah, he's gonna brag about calves and fucking the dude, man, your calves are too small. Fucking and I was talking about doing this gear to win this war, which is how guys like me actually look at this. We're trying to win a war against aging and the clock and to achieve something before we die type thing. And he goes, yeah, but you've already won that war. These motherfuckers are here. And he pointed like that. They don't even know there's a war. And I was just like, yeah. They don't even know because
we know there's.
They're
a war.
younger than me, and they're fucking. They don't even know there's a war.
Women always know there's a war.
There's a war going on
because that's the only thing people care about is what we look like.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Welcome to it.
This is the war.
Welcome to the war. We've been doing this like fucking forever.
Jen works out.
I'm glad that you finally realized
we're at the war.
Holy crap!
So I was talking about what's going to take to win this war.
Like I said, I would consider myself very low maintenance as far as a woman goes. Like, I don't go get my hair done. I don't get my nails done or anything like that. I do all that shit myself. And honestly, oh shit, I was reading this thread the other day.
What's up, Britt?
About old school hair shit. Like, you know, women that like used to have to, before there were hair dryers, and you had to like put in, when you had back in the 50s and 60s, when you had those like complicated hairdos where you had to like put your hair up in rollers and like you'd have to sleep with a thing over your like curlers and kerchief over your head and like for it to dry and shit like that because you didn't have a hair dryer, and it would take hours and hours. So it's like I feel like I didn't realize until recently, like a lot of women still do that, like their hair like takes a long time to deal with. Mine is happily not that high maintenance because it's straight. I guess curly hair is worse. But it's just kind of like, I don't do a lot of girly shit. Like I said, I do my own nails. I dye my own hair. It's straight. It's not really... It's a pain in the ass, but it's not that much of a pain in the ass. And even just doing that minimal woman shit is a giant pain. So if dudes won't even do that, then I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like they expect women to be these perfect, you have to have makeup and you have your hair done and shit like that. Even though they all say, oh, we like women without makeup. No, you don't. No, you don't. You like women with makeup
16-year-old girl
that looks like they don't have any makeup on, or women that are so young
that they don't even
look good without makeup.
Yeah, they're 16.
You don't want to see women without makeup on.
Yeah.
You don't. So don't cry about it. I know I'm onto it. So it's just kind of like, it's time consuming, it's expensive, and if dudes won't even bother to do the fucking bare minimum to like wash,
wash your ass, fucking shave,
wear decent clothing, shave, have their hair look
trim
presentable,
body hair, clip and trim body
if
hair.
you can't even do that,
yeah,
women do that and way more look good for y'all.
Yeah.
So it's just like, fucking do something.
Learn how
Jesus
to shop.
Christ.
Learn how to buy clothes and how to shop. How to
it's not hard.
Stay in good shape.
Yeah, it's a pain, but we have to do it. So should you.
There's a dude at the club fucking who's he's going on gear and he's trying to go the same route I am. He's the same age as me, but he's a few years behind. And he's getting better. And he's goth, he knows the deal, but he's went on HRT and he's taking fucking steroids and fucking working out. And he keeps going at the rate he's going, man. In 3 years, he's going to be a fucking good-looking fucking dude in his late 50s from the goth scene. Because his body fat is fucking reducing quite a bit. But you cannot be a wayfish dude in your 50s like these fucking 20-year-old dudes. You can't maintain that.
I mean, unless you have like super
killer
natural,
genes. Killer genes.
Fucking.
If you got killer skinny jeans, like fucking.
I envy you if you do, but most people don't.
Most dudes can't maintain.
You're just gonna get fat.
You're gonna get fat.
Most people
if you don't get fat, your only choice is to get jacked, which you'll look better as a jacked dude when you're older than a real skinny older guy, unless you have super good Peter Cushing style fucking skinny jeans. Peter Cushing was an old man who was skinny and he looked great as a skinny old man because he looked very elegant and he looked kind of sinister.
Yeah.
He was handsome and sinister, but he looked like an administrator, not a guy who would fight you. He would order somebody else to fight you. You know, that type of dude. He got to have a lot of money. Vampire looking dude. You know, but that's not a look that I would like that much.
I like that look, but you have to have the genes.
Yeah, and that bitch
have that look.
That bitch rolled his R's too when he spoke. He had a fucking accent of a fucking aristocrat rolling his fucking R's when he's speaking English. You know, I mean, it kind of came along, and it wasn't fake.
No, that's just how he talks.
That's how he talks. So him looking like a little fucking skinny skeleton worked. You know what I mean? With that voice.
I love Peter Cushing.
Yeah. Would that dude look good in a bar or just dressed in a t-shirt? No. But he sure did look good in that
if he showed up at the goth club like in a full-on like Victorian goth outfit
or a vampire outfit,
fantastic.
Yeah.
He could be 80 years old and still pull.
Show up in his Grand Moff Tarkin uniform
from
the Empire.
Girls be into that. I'd be into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
said, guys didn't know that young goth girls liked fucking Peter Cushing.
Hey, I'm here to tell you right, and I am not bullshitting. When I was a little gothling, a little goth child, my first crush was Ted Cassidy, the dude that played Lurch on the original Addams Family show.
Yeah, funny.
So
women have individual strange tastes, but no, I can understand it. They were kind of
Ted Cassidy
would stand out.
And then, I was into that, and then because I like I said. Later on, I was into one of my biggest crushes in the 70s and 80s, Jeremy Irons.
Which one was that?
He was in Dead Ringers.
Okay, yeah.
Among many, many other things. But I remember him mostly from Dead Ringers, the David Cronenberg movie.
Yeah.
But, man, I love Jeremy Irons. I would watch anything with him in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved all of that horror shit. I still like a lot of that, honestly. I still like a lot of that kind of.
But you said, she got wavy curly hair. It takes an hour to blow dry. Yep.
Yeah, and like some of the girls that I was like reading the comments, it's like if they have like really long curly hair, they're like, I gotta I only wash it once a week because it's such a pain. So they'll wash it like on Saturday mornings, and then like they have to put it up or they have to, because a lot of women don't want to blow dry their hair anymore because it kind of damages it. So it's like, so if you want to wait for it to dry naturally, then it takes several hours, which mine does also, even though mine's not really that long. But yeah, it's just like, I tried to do the whole not washing it every day thing. The problem with my hair is that I have a lot of it. It's very thick, but it's like baby hair. It's like really fine. So if I don't wash it, I can go about 18 hours and it'll still look all right. But if I go more than a day or two without washing it, it'll get super greasy and like really lanky. So I have to pretty much wash it every day whether I want to or not. Unfortunately, it takes a really long time to dry because I just let it air dry. I don't blow dry it or nothing. Hey, and like I said, I don't curl it. I don't do anything crazy with it or nothing like that. And I know a lot of women have to do crazy shit with their hair, but.
Hey, Grampers, when you come up here, man, and fucking, depending on what days you have available, man, maybe we can go to the club. Maybe we can meet up at the club or something.
That would be super fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I know the village is kind of, it's not that far, but.
Probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Village, 45 minutes. We might be able to come meet you somewhere.
Yeah, let us know.
Get something to eat or something.
let us know and we'll
depends on what day you
we'll
got
try to
available.
set something up.
Yeah.
We'll try to set something up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bridget says I wash it 1 or 2 times a week. Yeah, that's what, like I said, a lot of women that have like real thicker curly hair, you know, you can just wash it once or twice a week because it's a big ordeal. Like it's a whole day situation. Like luckily I don't have that, but I still do have to wash it every day or it gets like super greasy. And like so even with the low maintenance, it's still a lot. It's still a lot you have to at least keep to a bare minimum. Like I said, you gotta wash your hair, you gotta condition your hair, you gotta comb all the fucking knots out of it, which takes forever. You gotta do full makeup. Makeup isn't cheap. You know, you gotta like kind of look presentable, like with all your clothes. You gotta do your nails, you gotta do all that other kind of shit. And it's just kind of like dudes don't really have to do any of that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Look,
and a lot of them don't.
And when you get older, if you want to start getting into the more elite levels of fucking physicality, you want to look really good, you're not going to be able to do that naturally. You're going to have to take hormones, work out, possibly anabolic steroids. A new one that I also take clenbuterol, which is it's a kind of a promoting weight loss. Another one that we're getting here soon is I got some bootleg Ozempic coming.
We're gonna see how that works.
We'll see how that works. It's
we
expensive.
got it for we got it for like 1/3 of the price.
1/3 of the price. It's unmarked. It's coming from a good source though, but it doesn't. It's unlabeled. And
I'm curious to see
what
if
it's
it
like.
works.
It's $90 for 10 milligrams of it. You take 2.5 milligrams a week, and you can lose 5-6 pounds a month of fat on that. And we have some of that coming.
I hope it works out.
Yeah, and I hope the supply is stable. I may order some more before it goes out of stock,
Just in case.
Just in case. But we don't know if it's going to be even effective. I've never tried it. I want to lose about another 5 pounds, which means I could probably do that within maybe 1 or 2 vials of it. And then after that, you can take a very small dose to fucking keep weight off once it's done. Jen probably wants to lose about 10, 15.
Yeah, 15-ish is
10,
what I wanted to
15.
lose.
So that's about 3 months worth. That shit is normally, for 5 milligrams, $230.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. I'm getting 10 milligrams for $95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope it works. Because I'm kind of like, I'm always skeptical because I'm one of those motherfuckers where it's like, oh, I'm going to get this new drug that's supposed to do this and that. And then I take it and it does nothing.
I'm getting it from an application that is very good. I've been dealing with them for years. A very good company that is an international broker that buys from laboratories all over the world. And they have surreptitious ways of getting it into the United States. So they're smugglers. It's the smuggler guild.
It's like I said, it's not...
They don't make it, but they get it to you.
It's not illegal, but it's like, it's gray market.
It is gray market.
Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Let's call it that.
They're controlled items.
Sure. But the thing about it, like I said, I'm always skeptical because... And I hate...
So far, everything I've gotten from these guys has fucking been great. So.
I know. But like I said, I'm always skeptical because hardly anything works on me. Or it doesn't work to any, like... I don't notice anything.
Nandrolone works on you. Estrogen works on you.
Yeah, but like I don't notice anything. Like,
I do.
I don't feel any different.
I do.
I feel
No,
like
your body composition is a lot better.
It looks the same to me.
No, I look the same to me. That's another thing. You get body dysmorphia. I feel the
same, and I feel the same.
You get body dysmorphia because I always see myself as I looked fucking 6 years ago. And now, Jen's like, no, man, you look like a massive muscle walking around. You're talking about you look like a tank.
One thing I did notice, though, was that I started taking hormone replacement. So I started taking estrogen and progesterone, which you're supposed to take together. Now, I started to... what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take a little estrogen pill, which I think is 2 milligrams. And then you're supposed to take a progesterone pill, which I don't remember how many milligrams it is, but you're supposed to take one every day. So I was doing that for a while, and I was like, why do I feel like I want to jump off a building? This is really not... Yeah. And so after a while, I was just kind of like, I really don't want to take the progesterone anymore because it's making me feel like I want to...
Makes you feel like shit.
Off myself.
Yeah.
Which is how it made me feel before when I was on it, when it was like birth control.
Yeah, it makes you feel very negative. Like
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I've been on it.
That's really the only thing that makes a noticeable effect, and it's a negative effect. Yeah. So
but you're taking that way down now, right?
No, I only take that once a week. I take it Monday mornings, and then I leave it? And then I don't take it anymore. Yeah,
you may not need to because you're on nandrolone, and that's progesteronic.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take a little estrogen pill every day, and that seems fine. Right. I don't feel any different, but I feel a lot better. Like, still not fantastic, but I feel better than I did when I was taking a progesterone every day. Yeah. I was taking a progesterone every day, and I was just kind of like every day. I was just kind of like,
there's many.
It was awful.
When you get to know the scene, you listen to doctors talking about it. You can't go by the cookie cutter protocols.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. You treat the patient, and with hormones, it's all about feelings. And if they feel bad, then it's too much.
Yeah, and I told him, I was like, dude, I don't want to take this every day. I feel like ass.
And you're already on nandrolone, which has progesterone byproducts, and that might be enough to give you the progesterone protection that you need from the estrogen. Because some of the shit that I've taken, like fucking Tren, a male system gets fucking flooded with progesterone, and boy, that makes you feel like a bitch.
I told you.
You're like pregnant Superman.
I told you. I'm kind of glad. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't fun.
A lot of the women's problems are from these hormones. I fucking had them in my system, and I'm going, oh, okay, yeah.
I kind of like that you took that.
Yeah.
Because at least you understand why we feel... I mean, we feel like that pretty much all the time.
You feel like everybody's picking on you. Everybody's talking about you. Nobody likes you.
Well, we feel like that. That's like...
End of the world's coming.
That's like the baseline.
Everything you do is wrong.
We feel like that all the time.
Yeah.
All
progesterone.
The time.
Men don't have that.
We feel like that all the time.
Men don't have that hormone in them.
Yeah.
But when you take nandrolone in high levels or any kind of trenbolone, fuck winches, don't ever take Tren. I did Tren. Man, that's not worth it. Tren fucking... It's almost a damn perfect steroid if it wasn't for all the progesterone that fucking is produced somehow in your blood.
I don't like
it's a progesterone-like hormone, and you just... you feel pregnant, man. You feel like a bitch.
Well, I told you, it's funny because when you told me how you felt on it, I was like, bitch, I felt like that my whole life, like all the time.
Yeah, and on one hand,
sucks, right?
It's like super testosterone. You're aggressive as a motherfucker. You're Superman and super confident, and then you hate yourself and nobody loves you, and it's all at the same time. So you're like bipolar.
We just have the second thing,
which is you just have. I understand it because you have when a dude's on Tren, it's both of it.
All the time.
So you're Superman. You're a pregnant Superman, and it's the weirdest thing ever. You're a pregnant male werewolf,
and the fucked
you
up
thing. You want to fight and fuck, and nobody likes you.
Yeah.
And you're the best thing in the world, but fucking you just
you
suck. You suck. You're the best in the world, but you suck. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And
like I said, it's funny because when you say it.
It's not.
It's not funny because like we're used to it because we feel like that all the time.
Yeah, it's not. It's not because you're a woman, and it's not.
I feel
because
like that
of you.
all the time.
It's a hormone that is doing that. I've had it in my system. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I told you
progesterone.
When you were on that shit, and you went through the thing, I was talking to our friend Jen.
Yeah, I was telling her how I felt,
and I said like how I felt on it, and she turned to me and said, "Oh, like how we feel all the time." I was like, "Yeah, exactly."
Yeah. You get all, you're watching a movie and you get so sensitive you start crying.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, I felt like that my whole life. It's just like so funny that it's now like this big revelation to you. I was just like, I felt that's how I've always felt.
men don't experience it.
I know it sucks, right?
Because
we also hate it.
Men don't have hormonal mood swings, and if you have a normal male...
Oh, yeah, y'all do.
No, listen to what I'm fucking saying.
Yeah, y'all do.
When you have a normal male hormonal system, you're pretty stable emotionally. You feel a certain way all the time. And it might be overconfidence. It's how you feel most of the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because that's testosterone.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And the more testosterone you're going to have that.
Because we've noticed that.
Right. Progesterone makes you feel like a bitch. Mm-hmm. It makes you feel like, man, you can't do anything right.
Yep.
Everybody hates you.
Yep.
Fucking, why do I suck so much?
Yep.
God, I'm a piece of shit. It's just, it's extremely negative.
Sucks, right?
I'm so weak. You know, it's that kind of feeling.
Sucks, right?
I can't do anything right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should just end it. But but that's progesterone, and women have that normally in them, especially when they're young. They have that. So that's one of the main differences, and that's something that I think people need to be educated. They need to educate kids in high school.
Well, because we
what
see
these
the
hormones
world
do
differently.
They see the world very differently because of
our
hormones.
Chemistry.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with,
it doesn't have anything to
your
do
intelligence.
No one's crazy or anything like that. We're just perceiving. We're literally perceiving the world differently.
You're looking through a lens.
Yeah,
like
it's different.
Like a drug.
We're not making it up.
No,
we're just seeing the world differently.
I thought women were just crazy making it up. No, they're seeing the world through a lens of a bunch of hormones that make you feel just like that.
Yep.
Same thing happens when a man takes those.
Yep.
And it's the same thing happens when a woman takes a bunch of hormones. You give a woman a bunch of testosterone, she'll get ultra confident, fucking she's a man. And you give her enough of that shit, she will become a man.
I like
a friend of mine who's a fucking gym bro, just like me. You put him next to me, he looks fucking fierce, a little bit bigger than me. We're fucking bro the fuck out. He was born female, and I didn't know. It came out later.
No, you would know.
You would never know. He's fucking jacked and fierce.
Didn't occur to me.
And he works in construction and shit like that. And he's just like, we're broing the fuck out. He was born a chick.
Yep.
It's not any decision that she made. She's not acting like a dude. She is a dude.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a dick, but she's a dude. And she is a dude because she's totally fucking brimming with fucking testosterone that she injects and a bunch of anabolic steroids. Her mindset, her attitude, everything is male. It's hyper masculine. You would never know. It's not a lesbian. She's a damn man. Okay? Because it's biological.
Yeah.
And what's weird though about him, his name's Tim. He's cool. I'll fucking I'll show a picture of him one of these days. I'm gonna get his permission though first.
Yeah, because he doesn't really want to be outed, honestly.
Tim. When Tim gets drunk, he starts admiring, a lot, and he'll fucking put his hand behind me on my fucking waist of shit to start talking. And he goes, "You look fucking gorgeous. I wish I looked like you." I says, "But you bitch, you do look like me." And his girlfriend would be like right there. And it's weird. Like if a biological guy was doing that to me, I'd be like, "Hold on, man, hold on," because he's big enough to be a threat. But I got to remember that this is a biological female who's been modified. You know what I mean? And she wanted to become a person like me, and that's what he's going through. You know what I mean? Fucking, I can understand it. You know what I mean? It was a woman that didn't want to be a woman, didn't feel like that was their vibe, and when she started taking those hormones, became a dude, and is kind of like envious, or not envious in a positive way of masculinity. But she has it, or he has it. You know, what I mean, you get kind of confused.
I'm gonna say I'm not.
You would never know, would you?
No,
you would never know.
It didn't occur to me.
You would never know.
I don't know him that well, but it's like, you know.
No, but looking at him, you would never know.
No,
He's got arms fucking maybe bigger than me.
That's what I mean. That's what all these people like crying about trans people. It's like most of the time you would never. You would never know. You'd never know.
You'd never know.
Oh, we can always tell. No, you can't.
No.
No, you can't.
No.
So
and if they're on a lot of shit, and here's the thing, talking to him over the phone or whatever, we talk about all kinds of gym bro shit and fucking chemicals and fucking steroids and shit like that. It's just like talking to a dude, just on the on the spiritual level, because we just our hormonal levels are the same, you know. It's cool. He took a different path than I took, you know. He chose to be a male. I didn't. I was just born that way, you know.
Honestly, I kind of liked when I was on the more male hormones.
Yeah.
I felt a lot better.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Now that I went back to the girl ones, I'm still working out and stuff, but it's like I went back to
dudes feel better
being
than women.
depressed and anxious and shitty all the time.
There's a really good Farscape fucking episode where they're dealing with these alien fucking mercenaries, and they have these gauntlets that had needles in them with a bunch of fluid, and they put them on, and fucking it made. And I go, man, it's Trend.
Yeah,
as soon as somebody put them on, they're like, I can have this. No, I'm in charge. Oh, I got this. We're gonna fight them. I'm gonna kill them all. Fucking and fucking Jen goes, Trend.
Trend, yeah. I
was like, that's exactly that's what that is. That's what they were talking about.
Somebody that wrote this episode knew exactly what that was.
Knew what Trend was. Okay.
Because I've been through it.
And fucking.
I didn't take it, but he did.
Oh man, and
so I saw it from the outside.
Yeah, and the peacekeeper female, she's this cute. What was her name? Erin.
Yeah.
Erin. Yeah. She puts the fucking gauntlet on, and goes, oh, okay, I got this. Yeah, this and that. Fucking Jim was like, yeah, Trent.
Like that would be really nice.
But that's women would love like, it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you'd feel all of the insecurity would be gone.
It all goes away.
All of the, you know, you would just be like, even if it wasn't warranted.
Yeah. I'm gonna fight them all. I'm just
gonna do this.
We're gonna do it. Yeah. Come on, follow me.
Women don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's hormones.
We don't feel like that ever.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of feel like when I don't take them as much as I did anymore because I didn't like, you know, there were other side effects that I didn't like. But on the whole, though, I kind of liked the
hormones. Women tend to like
I felt good on them.
Yeah.
I felt good on them.
Real positive and powerful, strong.
Peter Bohr said Farscape was such a great show.
I love Farscape.
I'm so mad that I didn't watch it back when it was on. Like, I only recently watched it because it was on Amazon Prime or whatever.
I saw it
I used to see commercials for it on Sci-Fi when I watched MST.
Yeah.
I
saw a few episodes in the late
and I never watched it.
I saw a few episodes in the late 90s.
So good.
But then the fucking war started and I had to go back doing contracting after fucking 9/11. So fucking I missed it. And then me and Jim were sitting around and says, man, there was a really good sci-fi program that I missed with CD. It's called Farscape. We started playing it, fucking rented it, and
we got so into it.
Immediately went into it. It's goth as fuck.
We got so into it.
It's 90s goth as fuck. And
the
writing is super good.
It's so good.
I want to own it on Blu-ray.
It's so good.
They were talking about starting it back up again.
I was like, why the fuck didn't I watch this? Like back in the night, I used to see commercials for it all the time because I used to watch MST on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Really, really good writing. And there's 4 seasons of it, I think.
Is it 3 seasons? I don't remember. Oh, Bridget says, is that Jesus on your cup, Jen? No, this is a shining cup.
Yeah, that's the 2 little girls.
Red rum?
Red rum.
That's what that is. It's not Jesus. I get this at Spirit Halloween. It's just the chicks from The Shining. The little sisters. That's what that is. I have a trick-or-treat one, too. I'm not sure where it's at. I think it's over there somewhere. With little Sam on it. Should cops be on trend? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would not advocate that. Honestly, we've told the story before. When he was on it, I didn't know he was on it. Because, like, he takes a lot of shit. I don't really listen to what the fuck. I don't know what his whole drug schedule is. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I'm going to take this and that. I'm like, okay. do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? I'm not keeping track of it or nothing. I did notice that he was acting kind of weird, but I didn't really say anything about it. And then he was acting really weird, and I was just kind of like, am I imagining this? It's because I'm a girl, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, is this my fault somehow? You know what I mean? Because that's how we always do. This is somehow something I did. He's hiding in his room. It's like he's hostile. He's like saying weird self-aggrandizing shit, but then also keeps pestering me about cheating on him, even though I never go anyplace. And I'm just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? He only told me afterward that he was on that, and he had taken it for many months more than you're supposed to take it, really. And I was like, oh, that explains it. I kind of wish that you had told me beforehand that all of this was going on, because it would have explained a lot of stuff. But, you know, I just thought he was losing his mind. Honestly, I thought he was losing his mind. Or something. I wasn't sure what was going on. I was just like, you know, I'm just going to stay in my room and hopefully he'll lose his mind over there.
Who's that?
You.
When I was on train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, man, I couldn't sleep, and I'd go in my fucking man cave and fucking put a sleeping bag down on the ground.
I don't know. And it was bad because it's like, look, I'm a girl. I don't know if you guys know this, but like women will usually blame themselves. Is this something I did? Did I do something bad? Did I do something wrong? That's the first thing.
No, I was trained to the fuck
we
out.
think, but because I didn't know.
And then I started getting paranoid, so I didn't want to tell her. It's just weird.
And it was a whole thing, and then it was just getting worse and worse, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Look, I've been on powerful fucking psychotropic drugs like fucking
idea.
LSD, and fucking Tren is like worse than LSD. Not at first, but after about fucking 3 months, it's fucking horrible. And I was on that shit for like 5-6 months.
Yeah, you were on.
And here's the fucking thing. You love taking it, even though you hate it. You're in hell, but there's some reason it's like addictive. You keep taking it. And really, my physical development wasn't accelerated any more than I could have done the same thing with other compounds.
Yeah.
This whole thing about dudes saying, "Oh, you gotta take Tren. That's how you gotta take Tren. You get so much results." No, you don't.
It's not worth the side effects.
No.
Because it has bad side
It's about the same as nandrolone. It's in the same family as nandrolone. The difference is that it's very dry. You don't hold a lot of water. So if you lean, you look great on it. But you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You're fucking crazy. Equipoise.
And you don't realize that you're crazy, which is really frustrating for other people around you because they're like, bro, what you just said was completely insane.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that. You're just like, okay.
As long as I'm pretty convinced that you could do the same with test and NPP, which is NPP is very similar to Tren, but none of those fucking horrible effects. It do about the same. Or test and equipoise. Those are both very dry compounds, and you don't hold a lot of water. So if you don't have a high fat content, you look good on them. You look very vascular, lots of veins, and you can gain muscle, and you work out, and you heal up quick, and you feel so much better on test equipoise, test testosterone and NPP or testosterone and nandrolone. Nandrolone's a little wetter. You hold a little more water, but I like nandrolone. Now, if you're on nandrolone for a long time, the progesterone is in there, and it kind of makes you feel kind of blah, after 4 or 5 months, and you want to come off and clean it out of your system. Test and equipoise felt really good. Test NPP. But for some reason, nandrolone phenylpropionate, you can't get it in high enough concentrations to get a good deal on it. Usually when you find it, it's 100 milligrams per milliliter, maybe 150. I want it like 300 milligrams per, something concentrated. So the prices would be a little bit lower, So and that's the problem. Tren is cheap. So it's very seductive. And too many dudes doing test and Tren. Tren will fucking make you crazy, man. I cannot believe there hasn't been a bunch of mass murders. I know one that happened with Tren. That was a dude that busted down the door and fucking killed the family and tortured the little girl. Wanted to know where the teenage girl was that they captured. There was no little teenage girl. He thought he was saving another girl.
That dude's in prison.
It might happen more often than you think, but they don't.
But you don't know what it is
for that.
Yeah,
they just think the dude's a nut.
Dude picked a house at random. He thought they had a little girl in there. He went in there. He was an ex-military guy. He tried to save him.
That's what I'm saying. We can't have dudes running around and shit willy-nilly.
He was huge, fucking huge, and based on what he was saying, I was going, that's trend.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, he must have been on it for a long time.
Right, you were acting like.
Yeah, he probably had.
But to a smaller extent, but still along those same lines.
Yeah, the longer you're on it, the crazier you are. So he must have been on it for a long time. It says right there in the manual, don't exceed 90 days.
Yeah, man, you were saying crazy shit.
Oh man, after 90 days, you're like, no, I feel great, man. I'm not coming off of this.
And I'm like looking at you, going, do you realize what you just said out loud?
Yeah, no, hey, I'm gonna cut that motherfucker's head off.
Shut up, you're crazy.
I'm gonna cut that motherfucker's head off.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You're talking about cutting people's heads off.
Just randomly.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna cut his head off.
I was like,
hold my fucking beer.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Do that today. Let's just go to the grocery store.
Yeah, you mean it. You mean it. You're like, I'm gonna cut his head off. Hold on.
I don't think you understand how exhausting it is to like have to manage.
Imagine
a crazy fucking person. I'm just like, let's not do that. Let's just go do regular shit.
It was over a year ago. That real crazy shit. Really, that was only like 2 months of real crazy shit.
But like I said, I didn't know until
like
afterward.
Yeah.
What was going on? So I just thought you were like fucking losing your mind for real.
Well, I told her I was going on it.
But I didn't write.
But she didn't know what I was talking about.
No, I didn't know what you were talking about. Like I said, you talk about this shit all the time. I don't really listen.
Right. When I told her, I says, I'm going to go on it, but I'm going to come off in 90 days. It'll be all right.
I'm like, all right, whatever.
The thing is 90 days came around, and I was like, ain't no way I'm coming off.
Yeah, but like, you didn't tell me any of that.
I didn't tell her that, yeah. And I'm going, I didn't,
So I didn't have any idea.
Yeah, I said there might be some side effects, but it'll be okay. And it was okay for about, for 3 months. But month 4, about halfway through that, I started getting pretty fucking sideways. Month 5, I was a fucking maniac.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like LSD, man. You don't.
I was like,
I thought that I would be stopped in traffic, and I thought the dude in the car next to me was fucking laughing at me.
Yeah.
Says, I'm gonna fucking kill that motherfucker. He's not laughing about me.
I was like I said, I was getting scared. I was just kind of like, man, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna get murdered. I legit thought I was gonna get murdered.
Here's the thing. See, when you're on a drug, you have a feeling of intoxication. So you know you're on some kind of drug. If it's a hormone, there's no feelings of intoxication.
Yeah, it's
you
just
think
you.
It's totally normal.
That it's just you.
You think it's totally normal.
That's what's scary about it.
Yeah.
Well, and there was no talking to you. There was no reasoning with
no,
you.
You can't reason.
That's what scared me. Because I was just like, man, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna get killed.
I'm sorry. Had I had another gym bro who was watching me, who had experience, he was like, no, he's got to stop.
Because like I said, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know about any of that stuff.
Yeah, no. Another gym bro would have said, no, you hit 90 days, man. You got to come off of that. You're going to go crazy. I probably went, no, I ain't going to go crazy. You crazy? I'm not going to go crazy. No, you will go crazy. You got to take it out.
You would have taken it if another dude had told you.
In 90 days, I would have fucking gone, oh, you sure? He goes, yeah, take that out. We're going to give you something else instead.
And but I didn't have any context because I didn't know.
Yeah, that's probably what would have happened. I needed another dude.
So I didn't have any
policing me.
I didn't have anything to come at you with. To me, you just seemed like a crazy person. Like you were just getting crazier and crazier. And
I was getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah,
it was wild shit, man. And here's the thing, man, is that it has a very addictive quality because it kind of calls me. I'm like, it's like, come back, be a werewolf. It's so good for you. You love it. You're like, come back to the trend. That's why
you go someplace else and take it.
But that's why it's such a big hormone.
Or I'll go someplace else.
That's why it's such a big compound in the gym scene. It's addictive. Those dudes keep going back to it. I just don't know why they're not killing people. Fuck, I wanted to kill people.
Yeah, you did. I'm surprised you didn't, honestly.
I want to cut that dude's
All
head
the
off.
Stories you told me later, I was just kind of like, holy crap.
How dare he?
How'd you not get arrested?
How dare he look at me like that? You know, like, I'm going to fuck that bitch up. How dare he? He walked too close to me. You know, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Super sensitive.
You're hyper animalistic. Yeah. It's everything's instinct. He walked too close to me.
How dare he?
Like everything is like a secret. Like little matter
that was
things.
he's
are like
he's he's disrespecting me. God damn it.
Grampter says, I took Ambien for a spell 15 years ago. I've heard about that. And my wife said I would wake her up in the middle of the night like a zombie sex fiend. Yeah. I've heard that, and I've also heard people on Ambien will get up in the middle of the night and eat a bunch of food out of the fridge and not remember that they did it.
Not remember they ate it. Yeah.
I've heard of that too. I've never taken Ambien, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty common, that they'll do a bunch of shit, like sleepwalking kinda, and like they won't remember it at all. I gotta pee.
Well, Gramp says I don't listen to other dudes when I'm raging. But the thing is, had somebody been there for me at day 90, I wasn't so bent that I wouldn't have listened. Because 90 days, you're still okay. I thought I was all right. You know, I'll just keep doing it. I can handle it. But then 2 weeks later, you know, I'm just fucked up. It's very much a mind-altering hormone. And, man. I don't want to get too much into the shit that it does. But it's, it fucks you up. And, I was talking to another dude who was on it, and he was fucking bent too. Or he was the dude that sold it to me, and he was a fucking making porn. And he was making gay porn, even though he was a straight dude with a girlfriend. He was making gay porn, but I think he was bi or something. And what he would do is he would just get bent as a motherfucker on trend and test and trend, and make videos of him beating up twinks and fucking all this like BDSM and shit with these fucking twinks. And when you're on trend, you can understand why you can do that, because it's just sex and violence is kind of merged together, and everyone is female from your point of view. Because how could they ever be a man next to you? That's how fucking huge your ego gets, you know what I mean? Everyone is female compared to you. And that's why he was doing that shit. And fucking, I got into it by accident because when normal supply had kind of dried up, and he had a supply of this shit. He was selling it to me. He says, "You're gonna love this," you know. Which, yeah, you like it, but you love it and you hate it at the same time. He'd be sending me texts, man. I'm getting ready to shoot, man. I'm gonna do this real fucking porn shoot. You need to come down here, man. Me and you are gonna make all kinds of money together. And I was like, really? Oh yeah, we're gonna do a scene. I says, oh no, man. And he's like, no, it's not like we have to kiss each other or anything. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Trying to get me to do fucking gay porn with him. Yeah, some wild shit, man. And he was bit on fucking trend. He was out of his mind too. Yeah, because he'd be telling me some
That's
shit.
the scary thing is that you're out of your mind and you
out of his mind on trend. Yeah.
You don't realize.
Yeah.
You think everyone else is crazy or picking on you.
Yeah.
But you're just acting like a lunatic.
Yeah.
And no one can tell you that because you don't believe it.
And he's
terrifying.
He's a lunatic fucking bodybuilder who's fucking so bent. He's making gay porn, beating up fucking twinks and shit, doing this BDSM shit. And then he's trying to fucking recruit me to come do it. And I'm like, no, man, no. And when I told him no, that's the last I heard of him. When I said no, then I didn't hear from him after that. He got insulted. Or embarrassed. I don't know. And this dude was fucking big, man. He's big. Probably 230 pounds. 230 maybe. All muscle. And like, oh no, I ain't getting around you on that shit, man. Fucking no. Because fucking I couldn't fight that dude off.
Yeah, how do you think we fucking feel?
Yeah, and he was like younger than me, maybe 27.
Grampter says, think about doing gay porn, you might dig it, and then there's no turning back.
There's no way. Fucking on trend,
well,
man.
You can be
know.
bisexual, it's fine. Girls are bisexual all the time. I'm bisexual.
Yeah,
so it's just
that was some werewolf shit there, man. Fucking,
dudes still want to be bisexual, I don't get it.
Fuck all that.
It's alright.
That was some werewolf shit where it was
we
just...
got a super chat from Count Orlock. Thank you very much.
Count Orlock, yeah.
Thank you very much.
What do you say? All right.
Nothing.
That was just some werewolf shit where sex and that was another thing that Jen will tell you about. Fucking sex and violence is kind of just merged into the same thing. You don't really differentiate that much. I never hurt anybody, but it's just like when I was getting into fist fights at the club, dudes grabbing her asses and shit, and I'm fucking beating the fuck out of a dude, and I'm also thinking about fucking raping him. You know, like you're loving it. There's no. If you were gonna have a suicide kamikaze mission, be an airborne infantry and shit like that, if you were gonna go on a post-apocalyptic suicide mission, you want to be on trend about month 4, because everybody else is moving in slow motion compared to you. You don't think about anything you do. Everything flows naturally. Your fighting abilities are really good, and there's no inhibitions, and you love pain, and you love to be hurt. So there's like a sadomasochistic thing, and death is becoming sexualized, and pain is becoming sexualized. It's just weird, and it made me think that maybe serial killers might be doing something like they might be mutants.
Might have something like that. That's like chemically, like in their brain.
Could be
similar.
Could be that they're slightly mutant, and the testosterone that they're producing might actually, the molecules might be closer to trend, maybe, because
that would make sense.
Because
it was very serial killer.
Yeah, like a serial killer.
The way you were talking.
Testosterone. It's a certain molecule. It has a certain amount of carbon atoms and shit like that. You can trick that up into 19-nortestosterone, which is nandrolone. It's like test. It's kind of like an improved test. One of the esters of fucking 19-nortestosterone is fucking trenbolone, which is tren. They're actually very similar. And it could be that the human body might be able to mix something kind of like tren.
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, which would just be a slightly altered version of testosterone. And that would totally change. And maybe certain guys under certain environmental stresses, they might produce a version of testosterone that's like that.
Yeah.
Which would turn you into that.
Which like would explain a lot of their behavior.
That would explain serial killers. Trend. Mm-hmm. You might be making
because, like I said, you didn't kill anybody.
What's that?
I didn't kill anybody that I know.
No, well, shit,
but it's
I
like
wanted
you.
to.
But like your mindset was very much like.
What was weird though was none of it was pointed towards females. I was very protective towards females. Loved females. It was men. I wanted to hate and kill men. So it was like that because you're very primal. You're protecting the nest from invaders. Every man is an invader, a competition. So you become hyper-masculine. But then you have all this progesterone in your system, which makes you very insecure. So they're coming to get you. Paranoia. Everybody hates you. So prepare yourself. It's that kind of thinking.
Yeah, like I said, not great.
No. But like I said, it takes a while. Like month 4, month 5, pretty fucking bad. And not everybody. Some dudes, they don't seem to have that.
Well, it's just like I said, I don't.
But most dudes. Well,
most dudes I've seen that took it had similar. But every now and then you have a guy that doesn't have any bad side effects.
Not everybody's
it does
the same.
happen. Because like I said, I don't react to drugs the same way that most people do. So
some dudes just say that to them it feels like nandrolone. It is a type of nandrolone. It's just a different ester of it.
But like 90% of the dudes that I've seen online have said the same thing.
Yeah.
And they all had very, very similar.
Yeah, gay serial killer type fucking weirdness. Yeah.
They all pretty much said the same shit.
Yeah.
They all thought their wives or girlfriends were cheating on them.
Yeah.
They all were like super
Everybody
paranoid.
hates you. Yeah.
Everybody hates me.
You want to kill other men.
Yep.
The anger and the aggression towards other men is kind of sexualized.
Yep.
Where there's
kind of said that.
Kind of like a sexual lust to kill. And another dude.
Like I said, very
because they're bad.
Serial killer.
Yeah, it's a serial killer.
That's serial killer shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, you didn't do anything to me.
No. Well, you're protective to women.
But I didn't know what was happening with you.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, I just thought you were losing your mind.
Yeah. No, I was...
Because you honestly didn't... You weren't, like, super protective of me in that way. You were just kind of, like, isolating yourself from me most of the time.
Well, I was trying to hide.
Yeah.
I didn't, I knew it was like it was because I knew I was kind of malfunctioning, so at a certain level, so I'm trying to hide. But no, I was simpy and protective, kind of simpy. I felt very simpy, simpy and submissive around women.
Yeah.
It was just a weird hormone.
It is really weird.
It's not naturally occurring, so it's just like a fucking weird. And like I said, I can talk about it freely because if you can go on YouTube and just look up trend stories and all the fucking crazy shit dudes did when they were on fucking trend.
Yeah,
it was not approved.
It's a whole subgenre.
It's a whole sub. And it was never approved really for human use. The company that first made it back in the 50s or early 60s, it was going to be kind of like an improved nandrolone. To speed healing and muscle growth, things like that.
Yeah, good shit.
But once they got through human trials, they noticed it. Nah.
They're like, nah.
Not this shit.
Not great.
So what they did is that they made it veterinarian use only. So it's used in the cattle industry.
Yeah.
And when they moved it into the cattle industry, it became kind of like less restricted in a certain way. Yeah. Because now they're not watching it as a drug that people take. They're looking at it just as something that you sell to farms. So they were giving trend to the cows, to the cattle.
Mad cows.
Yeah, to get them big. To get the cows big. And especially before you send them to slaughter and pack them up on a train, you'd bang them up with a bunch of nandrolone so they wouldn't lose any muscle weight because they might be in transit for a few days. And you don't want them fucking losing some muscle mass because they're not eating when they're on those train cars, Well, when they did that, fucking trend became dirt cheap. So guys that worked on farms could get a whole big old fucking jug of trend and then fucking bust that up and put it into little bottles and sell that to bodybuilders and make a shit ton of fucking money off of it. And it's like the world's perfect steroid. It is fucking very good at what it does. Except for one thing. It makes you a lunatic if you're on it past 90 days.
Yep.
And fucking after 90 days it feels so good you don't want to come off of it. So it's kind of addictive. You're like, no, I'm fine. You don't realize you're bent.
Yeah.
And then you just get more and more bent. But just look up trend stories. You're going to hear all kinds of shit.
And they're all about...
crazy shit.
Yeah, it's all about... Along
violence
the lines
and sex.
of what you said, yeah.
Violence and sex and lying and breaking up with your girlfriend and doing crazy shit and fighting. And it's the worst. I had heard about it, but I was like, well, I only have enough for 90 days. I'll be okay. That's what the book says. But no, dude says, no, I got more. Here, I'll sell you another one. Oh, man.
Okay. Like I said, I had no idea any of this was going on, so I was completely in the dark. I just thought you were losing your fucking mind.
Well, it also kind of forgotten. You kind of forget what you're doing. You lose perspective of it.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that. Like I said, I just thought you were losing your mind.
So the super chat wouldn't let him leave a comment.
It says, but I'm officially on staycation.
Staycation,
oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, how long is staycation?
Bridget asked, but he didn't
Oh,
say
look.
What?
It's 11. It's past 11.
I know.
Okay.
I know it is.
You want to shut it down?
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time, but, it is getting kind of late.
It's getting kind of late, man.
I got woke up at 4:30 by our goddamn...
We gotta do shit tomorrow.
One of our lights coming on randomly and blinking.
Yeah.
You ready to...
Yeah, I told trend stories and all kinds of shit. I had to do a video
called Trend Stories.
You should.
So it can be separated and it end up in the gym bro fucking category of fucking trend stories. Because fucking, there's a lot of fucking trend stories.
You know some dudes are just going to do it anyway. No?
Yeah. What's that?
As much as you, like, warn them about not
Yeah,
doing
well,
it.
No,
like, I'm telling
yeah.
you, don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
don't do it.
trend.
Don't
You
do
won't gain anything from trend.
You can. There's other shit
Yeah.
that doesn't have the side effects
That
that
does the
will do
same
the
thing.
same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all this shit about
It's
what's
not worth
5
it.
times more powerful than testosterone, than muscle building. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'd say it was I think all those fucking tests are fucking bunk. From what I've seen, and I've done a lot of them, some of them at pretty high levels, like 1,500 milligrams. They're all about like what nandrolone does, and the nandrolone esters. NPP, nandrolone. They're all about like that. Some of them you retain a little bit more water, like Danabol. But the best ones are just test, NPP, nandrolone, which is also known as fucking the regular nandrolone. I'm drunk. And then fucking equipoise. Equipoise is pretty good too. It's very dry. I'm talking about nandrolone decanate. Deca. Just those. You don't have to fuck with any of the other ones. They're just... And all the different esters of testosterone are good. You know, fucking... Cestanon, that blend, it's about like enanthate, and it's about like cypionate. But cypionate is just more pain-free. But I do a lot of enanthate. That's the old classic. It'll give you a little fucking knot, you know, when you inject it. But I don't care. It's cheaper. They're all, and I think out of all the steroids, they're probably only a little bit more muscle building than testosterone. I think testosterone is probably just the main one. I think a lot of steroids are fucking just hype. People blowing it into something that it's not. They all build muscle. And the nandrolones, maybe a little bit more than testosterone, but similar. A lot of this shit is because these dudes are trying to get huge in a short amount of time or gain 5 pounds on top of what they already have for some show date. And they're trying to make some kind of deadline. And that's so fucking... You can't really depend on any of the data that you're going to get from the gym bro science. It takes time to build muscle. And I think all those compounds build them at similar rates. What are they saying?
Counterlog says on staycation all week. Is that what is that emoji? It looks like a pot noodle. That sounds nice, having a whole week off. Man, I really wish I could take a week off. Can't afford to though.
No, we gotta work.
One of these days, maybe.
We gotta go to we gotta go to the club tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Going to the 80s night tomorrow night should be super fun.
Yeah.
You know, I think all the regulars will be back out. Because
Everybody
it's
be
not like a weird night. It's not Valentine's Day. It's not Memento. It's just like the regular 80s.
It's a regular day.
So hopefully everyone will be out and it'll be super fun and I can just dance. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us this evening. It's been a very fun Friday night as always. And hopefully you guys have a good weekend. We will see you guys again on Monday night for the movie review. As I said, I don't know what movie it's going to be. We'll figure it out on Sunday night whenever we pick what movie it is. So yeah, we might do one of the ones that you guys recommended. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for your super chats. And we will see you guys again on Monday night.